It's anime.
First and foremost, this is an anime. Just because it has some wars bad stuff in it doesn't mean that it's not an anime.
A lot of anime has war is bad in it.
That it's not an anime. A lot of anime is based off of Gundam. You don't understand.
True.
You don't understand how deep this rabbit hole goes. You don't understand how extensive the history.
No, I understand.
You'll never understand.
I'm the Gundam guy, kind of.
You're not the Gundam guy.
You're right. I've only seen like 2 Gundam series, but still, I'm the Gundam guy.
How many peer-reviewed articles about Gundam have you read?
Peer-reviewed articles? I don't care about anyone's opinion other than my own.
Understandable. Have a good day. No,
I simply force other people to think the way I think.
I appreciate it. Hey, wait a minute. I think that's bad, Gundam says. I think you just did a bad in the eyes of the Gundam.
Between our last conversation, speaking of Gundam, I've built both a figure arts model of Sleda Mercury and a gunpla model of the Delanza.
I'm proud. You have pictures?
I do have pictures. Let me go grab them.
You have pictures that you're willing to share with the class?
I do have pictures I'm willing to share with the class. I just gotta go open them.
Any way to not shoot? No.
Go in the voice chat.
Log out.
Here.
Any way to not display the viewer count? Pokemon channel. Frickin'. Hey, do you know of a show called Miss Kobayashi's Maid Dragon?
I sure do. It's a very good show.
Did you see the second season?
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought we talked about this before. Didn't you have like a whole thing? You had like a whole thing where we talked about this.
We talked about the first season, but I don't know if we've ever talked about Maid Dragon since the second season airing.
There you go. There's my pictures.
I'll pick one. That's a crappy picture.
What's a crappy picture?
Not you. Sorry. I sent a picture of Mario Legos to my mom, and she's like, "That's a crappy picture."
How rude.
I know, right?
Total B.
That
Total
orange
B word.
That orange ball thing is like the Gundam mascot, right?
It's the funny thing from Mercury.
But I'm pretty sure he's in other Gundams.
I mean,
I've seen that dude
probably.
around. I've seen that dude around.
What's his name?
Hado?
Hado? Yeah.
Hado has appeared in multiple Gundam stories throughout the years, starting in the original series. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, he's the whole guy.
Yeah. He's just is a robot that has been in every single Gundam series.
Want to see something really cool that I saw the other day? Hold on, let me go
No.
get that shit. Well, too bad you're looking at it anyway. You will perceive it. Since now you know the ending, right?
Oh my gosh.
This model kit is so freaking cool. Ugh. Oh my god, it's so cool.
What does it have to do with the ending?
What do you mean? Hello?
It's just the aerial?
It's the aerial in the funny mode.
We can talk about this later. We can talk about this later.
You know, the whole. All right, never mind. Whatever. You don't even get it.
Oh, permit score 6. I get you.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's,
Now I remember.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Didn't you just watch it?
That was like almost 40 hours ago.
And you don't remember from 40 hours ago?
Anyway, you ready to start?
I've been ready to start. Am I on? Is this thing on?
Up. Okay. Good. Wait. Good sunny day, everyone. It's your friendly Interfrick. Hold on.
Okay.
Good sunny day, everybody. It's your friendly intergalactic sun, prince of the sun, Enyo Solaris Tomoshimasu.
Hey, since it's winter time, would you be the winter Solaris instead of solstice? Get it? Get it? You get it?
I don't get it.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Please explain the joke.
Winter solstice? Winter Solaris?
Oh, now I get
solstice?
Now I get the joke.
All right. This is part 2 of a part series. If you have not seen The Witch from Mercury, turn back now.
I was gonna say, we
Very
talked
good.
about the whole ass first. It cannot get any lower than this. If you can't hear, say something.
Who can't hear what?
Making sure that background music is audible. It's audible if you want it to be audible. If you
Okay.
if you truly believe that it's audible, then it is audible.
If you think you can hear it, you can hear it. Really.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, this is a 2-part series, part 2. Turn back now if you haven't seen part 1 and or you haven't watched Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from Mercury and you wish to.
Yeah, it's a great show, and
Some might say perfect, some being me.
some people, including me, might say it is perfect.
Peak anime.
Screenshot is
Really?
your horn is covering the screenshot, but it doesn't really matter.
It's covering like the tiniest pixel. You have the really good image for the last bit.
I might. I don't know. It depends on what you mean.
I have it.
Is it
Hold
the one where they're on a hill?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that one's peak, so you need that one.
Don't worry. If there's any screenshot I don't have, you can just send them to me. Anyway,
That's really the only one. All right. Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
let's do show and tell. You built a Gundam.
I've built 2 model kits since our last meeting together.
Oh my god, it's giant.
What? The Delonza?
The picture.
Oh.
There we go. There's the picture.
I
Where's
think
this?
that- yeah.
Who had this?
Huh?
It was
Goel. That's Goel's Delonza.
I thought it was red. Am I colorblind?
The Darl Balde is red.
Okay, he has like 2.
Yes.
I don't think they ever explained that he has 2, but he has 2.
Well, he got the second one because it was fitted with autopilot. Remember? Because his dad was like pissed off because he kept losing. So he was like, "This one's got an autopilot."
Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
and then he did use that because he's like, if I want to be Sleda, then I gotta, throw away my pride or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. And then there is this comes with a sword and a big another sword.
The
Oh,
spear.
I like it. How big is it?
It's pretty big.
That does not give me any accurate measurements.
It's taller than the Gunpla.
It's so big, dude. You don't even know.
Big. It really is.
Give me is it bigger than a bread box?
No.
Could it fit inside of a bread box?
I mean, technically.
Did you cram it into a bread box?
Do you want me to take a picture of it next to a soda can for you, or
A banana would also work.
a banana for scale? I don't
Rubik's,
have any bananas. I have a
Rubik's
pear.
Cube. Anyway, there's also what was the Sleda? Just a Figma.
It's Figure Arts.
Figure Arts.
Yes.
Fantastic. She's got the holder colors too.
Yep, the perfect colors. I
Anyway.
also have one of Miorine that I haven't built yet. Yeah.
You playing favorites? That's crazy.
Well, yeah. Soleda's quite literally me.
Although, funny thing, according to Mal, if you sort by favorites, the most popular character in the show is Guel.
Well, yeah.
Then it's Soleta, then it's Mio.
And we'll understand why very, very shortly.
Anyway, that's the end of the intro-free, the spoiler-free intro section. There is no spoiler-free intro section. Go watch the first part, because there's a spoiler-free intro section, and then maybe that might convince you to watch the show, and then you watch the show, and then you watch the other parts of the discussions, and it'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be great. Anyway, episode 13.
Wait, hold on. Let's just quickly...
Yeah, hold on.
Quickly reviewed what happened in the first season.
Okay, sure. There's this witch from Mercury.
Are you sure she's not from Venus? What did I keep saying last stream?
Mars. You kept saying Mars.
I was a little bit, I was starting to get sick during that stream.
Yeah, you were making me sick too.
That might have been it. So anyway, yeah, we'll just we're talking about Gundam.
Yep, lady from Mercury wants to go to school. Her mommy wants her to go to school. She goes to school with her mobile suit, Ariel. Meets a whole bunch of new people. Beats the hell out of everyone. Becomes Miorine's fiance.
That's basically it.
A whole lot of drama.
A whole lot of drama happens.
And then the end of the first season, Soleta straight up murders someone right in front of her fiance.
Yeah, they also started like a company, and then her dad got shot. I don't have notes for this, but you get the idea.
You don't have notes?
I mean, I have notes for the second season, but I don't have a notes for, like, recapping the first season. But you get the idea.
Yeah, they can just watch part 1.
I will say, speaking in general about season 2, I was kind of, I don't know if it was just, I don't know if it was, like, if it was just our, I like season 2, I was vibing with season 2 a whole lot more. I don't know.
The pacing is a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just, like, season 2's better, or our discussion made me more keen to the series, or I don't know, man, combination of both, but
probably but season 2, it does have better pacing. It gets, since we already have like character introductions and we know like everything that everyone's all about, you know, we don't need to go back and learn everything. Everyone that is in the series basically has like, this is who they were and this is what we're doing, and yeah,
it's just like season 1 was good, but season 1 was a lot of like, here are the characters that you need to know. Here's Soleta, here's Mio, here's the wife beater, here's Eren.
Yeah.
What was the other guy? His name was like Shitzo or something.
Shattuck?
I don't remember if it was shit or shat. It was the past tense Shattuck. Shattuck the Hedgehog.
For sure.
But anyway, yeah, it was just basically introducing us to all of that concept, and then it kind of ended with the place that, like, in the first season, it was all just like duels, mock battles, like duels. Everything is decided by duels. Battling for the holder of who gets to marry Mio. It was mostly that, but at the very end, they got attacked by terrorists, and which ended up with Mio's dad being severely wounded, and Soleta smashed somebody.
Yeah, she just squashed him.
Didn't
even care.
She squashed him because her mama told her to. That you should, if you wanna save your wife, you gotta squish that cat. Squish that cat.
Hey, you know what they say.
Squish that cat. Is that not what they say?
Move forward, gain 2. You know what I mean?
That the whole
I've
motto.
been saying that.
The whole motto of not running away, which is basically just Evangelion. I mustn't run away. Put slightly more elegantly.
We also they're doing now fairly recently. They're doing like a whole thing where they are putting the episodes on DVD along with the like one-time book that they made.
I was gonna say this series also is available for free on YouTube. My eyes are too big.
Mega free, but you know, why not own it?
Why not own it? You should buy it.
You should buy it. It's pretty much peak media. I mean, really.
So anything that does come with anything special that comes with the DVDs / Blu-rays?
Art book. I think there's like a commemorative book of like of when they're old, right?
Them being old and dead.
And there's that there's a one-off
OVA?
light novel.
Oh.
Of like of what happens between episode 0 and episode 1.
Oh. That's interesting, because a lot of episode 0, like the prologue to season 1, didn't really matter until like now.
Yeah.
Because like
that's why like anytime I tell anyone about this, I tell them like the prologue episode 0 matters way later, like at the end.
Yeah, like maybe you should
like
watch. Maybe you should watch it like between season 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean I get why they did it the way they did, but
the prologue. Anyway,
the light novel, if you haven't read it yourself, it's pretty interesting.
Has it been translated?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. There's a lot of light novels that never get translated, and it makes me sad. Anyway, talking about
it's on the official Gundam website. Or yeah, anyway.
Talking about the actual anime, something else about season 2. Yeah, season 2 pacing is overall, I think, a lot better. It might happen a little too fast, but a lot of things happen, and it's very engaging, and a lot of cool stuff happens.
Well, that's the thing, right? We have 12 episodes to get to the end of everything, so like it's kind of gotta go quick.
Yeah, because it's like season 1 in comparison. Season 1 definitely didn't do nothing, but season 1 in comparison was just setting up the characters as opposed to, you know, the entire plot happening.
Yeah. And now we have to wrap up the whole plot.
Which is going back to Okuchi's writing style. That's kind of how it happens. Like Code Geass, this had a lot of like back-ended stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's the one who does Code Geass. I'm not crazy, right?
He is the one that does Code Geass.
Okay.
You are correct.
But yeah, also, in addition, I like the opening and ending themes a lot better.
Oh my god. I've been waiting so long. Dude, how cool is it that at the end of every episode, the like ending song starts and it like drops
does that
like
thing,
at the perfect moment. It's so good.
I love when anime it's might be a cheap tactic of just building up hype, but like when anime do it, it's really good when it's done right. It's a trope for a reason. It's because it's really good. The ending bleeding from the episode to, or like the episode bleeding from the episode to the ending. It's really great.
It's so cool. And like the whole dance for the ending theme, it's so cool looking. Like they just went off.
Yeah, and I like the opening. The opening too is a lot like more like fighting and upbeat and not just like a generic pop song. Just a generic Yoasobi song.
I have like Red Birthmark has like made me cry more times than any other song I've ever listened to.
I love the end where they're like spinning in circles and smiling at each other.
It's so cool. God, it's so cool.
Which is very nice because Mio and Suletta aren't together at all during the second part.
Yeah, it's foreboding, you know.
But it makes it the parts that they are together all more impactful. Also got the Northern Lights. I've seen those in the opening. In this cool shot of Suletta. Really sick.
Oh yeah.
It's sick. It also is one of those openings that changes as the anime goes on. Like this opening scene with the mountains in the background changes to like having like Ariel in the background looking all
Yeah.
evil. It's good. It has the things I like in an opening and ending. The opening changing as the season slightly as the season progresses, and the ending bleeding into the episode. It's good
For real.
stuff.
Shout out to Studio Sunrise. Like they just went so hard.
I know last time I criticized the production of this show, but it does do, and it still is a lot of just characters standing around talking, but things like this add a lot to it. And there's a lot. I would say there's a lot more like variety. At least I mean, there's still a lot of characters standing around talking, but it's like just faster paced in general. So there's not like the scenes of the characters standing around talking don't go on as long. And there's also a lot of like variety in like the scenes.
Yeah.
Like in season 1, they were just like at the school, but like in season 2, like they're at the school and then they're like on Earth and they're at this other place.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Anyway,
let's talk about these episodes for real.
Now 20 minutes into the stream, now we can talk about the actual episodes.
So, 2 weeks after Soleta straight up killed a man. We're back at school. It's like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, I did like the first episode. It's like it gives a good like soft reset where they like go back to school like nothing happens, but like the plot like keeps going. I like that a lot.
Oh yeah.
I love me a soft reset, especially since it's been like a month since I watched the first part.
Yeah.
So being like, oh yeah, that's what this show is about. Like while Soleta was gone, like a bunch of challenges lined up for her, so she had to do like 16 in a row.
Yeah, she had to do a battle royale, which is so cool.
No, it's not a battle. It's not like a Fortnite battle royale. They do that.
No.
They do that later though. But in the first episode, it's just like 6 battles back to back.
And she clears it. Doesn't even care.
But yeah, it is. And then hi Kyle, how's it going? We're talking about Gundam. What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. But yeah, after that, but also, it's very sad to see Soleta and Mio don't interact like at all in this first season or the second season, because
she's got the whole company thing she's got to worry about now.
She has the whole company thing, and like her dad is dying, but I'm not 100% sure what she's doing. She's just kind of like away on a business trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, but then they immediately get into like the actual plot with frick, trying to do 15 things at the same time.
Take your time.
The terrorists from the ending of the first season show up and they start causing problems.
Yep.
They're
my girl Sophie.
I was thinking that these characters would like stick around long, that they would be like, I was way underestimating the second season, because they come in and they're like disguised as like regular students and nobody recognizes them because like Soleta fought them, but like they were in Gundam, so she couldn't see what they looked like. So they kind of just like for like half an episode just like are like the new students, and they are shown around at like they go to like the school fair and they go around, and this girl, I forget her name, is all happy with Soleta.
That one is Sophie. She is happily calls Soleta her big sister.
Yeah, she's like, hey, my big sister now. We're going to be best of friends. And I thought this was going to be like a whole season kind of thing. Like these are going to be the new characters. She immediately dies.
Yeah, no, it's pretty quick.
They like immediately their first they have like half an episode of them going around like to the fair, and also New Ellen is also trying to hit on Soleta. I don't know what's up with that character arc, because New Ellen does have an actual character arc, but for the first like part, like for most of this season, I will just call it, he just tries to hit on Soleta. I don't know.
Yeah, he wants to. He's interested in her. Actual Ellen. This is real Ellen. It's not no fake, not no copy.
Yeah, I guess second Ellen 2, not the I still don't know if I want to call him like, I know he's like the original Ellen, but he's not like the original Ellen we know, right?
Yeah. I mean, he is like original Ellen, but like, yeah, the Ellen we know
Is dead.
who was very dead.
Who was very just dead. I thought they would be like, oh, he was actually a lot. No, he's dead.
Yeah, no, he got super killed.
Unrelated note, I like how Shiddick's hair is tied up. Because he's like evil or something.
He's not evil. He's just like, he just has
He's just
priorities that go against the main. He's got priorities that go against the main character. That doesn't make him inherently evil. That just makes him an asshole.
He's an antagonist, I suppose.
Yeah.
Is what you would call it.
Yeah, Goel is no longer the antagonist. It is now Shattuck.
But yeah, basically, like, as soon as they show up, they're like, yeah, she's like, yeah, we're a terrorist organization. We're gonna start effing killing you. This is Soletta's face when she realizes that she gets to be an OJ-chan.
Me too, really.
But yeah, they do like, okay, going back to what we were talking about, they show up for like half an episode and they're like, oh, we're gonna be part of the Earth House and we already moved all our stuff in and we're gonna be reoccurring characters and, blah, 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 blah. And then like, they have like half an episode where they like faff about at the school festival. And then they immediately like, at the end of the school festival, there's like a actual battle royale where like the last person standing, and then during that time they're like, okay, we're terrorists, we're gonna go effing kill people.
Yeah,
I think she and Soletta like have a duel agreement that never gets seen to fruition because it's never like, it is an official duel, or like whoever wins the battle royale gets to win the duel, but like they call off the battle royale like immediately because she starts blowing everything up and like, haha, look at me, I'm a terrorist. What was their plan? Did they just want to get into the school so they could blow it up? What was the plan?
Yeah, I mean, basically, because like the whole thing is like they are from like Earth, like the resistant forces. They are Gundam pilots from Earth, and they're mad at the Spatians because racism. So yeah, they got into the school and they were like, we're gonna get our revenge.
But I guess it just seems like they went for a lot of trouble to like juke out like Soletta and everybody else in the school and become like official members. And the only thing that they wanted to do was blow it. There was a school festival. It was like an open campus anyway. Why did they? I guess they wanted to bring their Gundam in. I don't know.
To have more effect. It's more like it's scare tactic. It's exactly what terrorism is. You do it when a lot of people are around.
But they could have just. They didn't. I just feel like they didn't need to like register for the school, and I just feel like they did this a very roundabout way.
They it's the same organization that Nika is in, where they like disguise like their name and where they're from and everything to get them in the school. It's like a shadow organization or whatever.
Anyway, very very minor plot point we're arguing about. It's just, I just feel like they went for a lot more effort.
It was more so, I think it was more so because Sophie just had like such a strong pull towards Soletta because she was under the impression that just like first Ellen had, that she was like a child of the Gundam curse.
Yeah, that's why friggin' Frick, what's her name? Sophie was like fought Soletta at the end of the last season, and she's like, ooh, this girl is special. I should get closer to her. And then she immediately finds out like, wait a minute, you're not special. It's your Gundam that's special. What happened?
Yeah.
Is what happens.
Yeah, during the fight, she's like, oh, there's that voice I heard again. And she gets kablowed.
Yeah, and then they also have like a cool argument of like Sophie's like, Gundams are for killing people, and Soletta's like, no, Gundams are for helping people. And I was like, hey, that's the plot. That's the whole plot.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
That's the whole conflict of the show.
That's the reoccurring argument. Gundams are bad, nuh-uh.
So they have a crazy, like, they do a mock battle and it gets crashed by terrorists. And then Sophie just dies because she like is going too hard on the Gundam. She Gundams too hard,
Yeah,
and then she
she
goes.
raised her permit score like way past like anything.
Yeah, and then we realize, and then it is revealed the reason why Soletta can have such a high permit score without dying is because her sister is a robot.
And so we are once again introduced to Eric Samaya,
Who?
the little girl.
Oh yeah.
Mary?
I remember last discussion. I realized like, oh yeah, that little girl from the intro. It's not the same as Soletta, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So yeah, after thinking about it last time, and also just like thinking about Okuchi's writing style in general, I was like, I kind of somewhat half saw this coming, so it's nice that it was revealed like pretty much like episode like 2 into the second season.
It does like it does make you think though, like if you don't really know, and if you don't like absorb what's going on really, or in case you forgot, like at this point in time I kind of forgot about Eri. And like the whole time they're like, oh, Ariel's a Gundam, you know, of course she's a Gundam, like duh. But like everyone's like, yeah, but Soletta's fine, so like why? And then that's when we finally find out that
am I having a Phoenix Down moment? Is it Eddie Ariel? Is that meant to be a pun?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, I had a Phoenix Down moment because I did not realize that for the entire series. Like, it's spelled differently in English, but I'm like, it's still pronounced the same.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we realized the horrible truth that Prospera Mercury stuffed her child into the robot like she was freaking Michael Afton from FNAF.
Well, I don't get that reference.
The audience will.
The audience will. B, yeah, I was like, I know your last discussion you were talking about, like, man, Soletta's mom's up to something, and I'm like, she doesn't seem that bad. And then again, after thinking about it, and especially after hearing that she shoved her kid into a Gundam, like, okay, maybe she is a little crazy.
Yeah, no, she's insane. Like, she's got this whole like vendetta against the people that wronged her.
Like, she's definitely crazy, like wanting to like rewrite the universe and become God kind of crazy, that kind of anime crazy.
Yeah, you know, the normal kind of crazy.
You know, the normal kind of crazy that's normal in anime. But that's really funny. And listen, in Soletta's mom's defense, I don't remember Soletta's mom's name, so we're just gonna keep saying Soletta mom.
Prospera Mercury.
In Soletta's mom's defense, her kid was dying, but you don't have to shove her. You didn't have to like. Still kind of weird to save her life by shoving her into a robot, and then also continues to be weird by trying to take over the universe because of this. Like, she seems pretty fine in the Gundam. I don't know what's the big deal.
Well, the whole thing was like from episode 0, Eri was the only one that was able to communicate past the point of that one floor. Because remember, her mother kept trying and kept failing, and it was like failure after failure after failure, and Eri just kind of got hooked up to it and passed it like immediately.
But is that, I don't know, is that why she put her kid in a robot?
Yeah, because she started to get like the Gundam curse, and the only way to like save her from like the harshness of space and the curse was to put her in the robot.
To make her a robot, not necessarily to make her pilot the robot. She is the robot.
She is the robot, yes.
So a lot of the scenes in season 1 make more sense, where Soletta's like, I feel I can.
When she's talking to Ariel, yeah, it's crazy.
She's talking to Eddie. When she calls Ariel her sister, she's literally calling Ariel her sister. She's not crazy. I mean, Soletta's still a little crazy, but she...
It's not just like a weird thing that they did.
Her sister is a robot. In addition to Soletta still being crazy, her sister is a robot, so, you know, kind of comes with the territory.
But it is, like, super cool, too, to see, like... that whole, I don't even remember what episode it is, but when Soletta finds out that it's Eri, and she's like,
What
We don't need
the
you anymore.
fuck? No, I think that happens later.
Yeah, well, yeah, that does happen later, but like,
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep things in order.
yeah, I know.
In my head,
It
mostly.
just it all happens like so fast that I don't even remember when things happen.
Yeah, okay. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
anyway.
yeah, her sister's a robot. Her mom's crazy. We got this.
Yeah.
I don't think at first Soletta was too off-put by that. She was like, ah, that's interesting. I think.
No, she was like kind of like, well, when she doesn't really technically know until later.
Oh yeah, because yeah, it's like a conversation that like Soletta mom and like somebody else are having at the same time.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know. But anyway, yeah, so that's a great, I think that was the first like 2 episodes. Those are good like first 2 episodes of like, it's like a soft reset, but also like shit is getting real, and also in the background Mio has to like take over the company now because her dad is like alive but like in a coma.
Yeah, and that's
He's in a coma.
I think like episode 15 is when Soletta mom comes up to Mia and is like, "Hey, me and your father have been working on something, and now you have to take control."
But that happens during which episode 15 is Goel episode.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Listen.
The prisoner of war.
So listen, last time, if you don't remember what's happened with Grell, he beat his wife. He was introduced as like he was the holder, Soletta's fiance, like up until like
Mio's fiance.
Mio's fiance. He was Mio's fiance until Soletta jumped in and was like, no, I'm the main character. And he was kind of a jerk, like, he was like, don't talk back to me, woman, he beat his wife. But then he got humbled, and he was like, his father was, like, manipulating him, or, like, trying to force him to not trusting him. He had daddy issues.
Yeah, and then he killed his father,
and then
right?
accidentally killed his father. Like, he ran, like, after he lost the title of holder, he, like, ran away, and, then he randomly got like caught in the crossfire of the ending of the last season, and then in self-defense he like killed somebody in a Gundam, and then that turned out to be his dad.
Crazy.
So then after that he apparently got kidnapped by the Earthens and taken to prison, and he's like depressed, and he was tortured. He was like they like had him tied up in a toilet. He wasn't
literal POW.
Yeah, he was a prisoner, and he was also very depressed. So he was also like, there's no reason for me to live. I don't want to eat anything. He hasn't eaten anything in like 14,000 days, and stuff like that. And then so I'm like, okay, maybe he's a kind of a sympathetic character. Oh, frick.
And then as soon as you think that, he does like a period of the coolest stuff.
Yeah, as soon as like yeah, he saves. Okay, so first of all, he has PTSD about killing his father, and then he's kidnapped, and because he's still like a fancy like high in power guy. So they're gonna use him for leverage, and then the building gets attacked, and then he tries to save a dying little girl, by like dragging her out of the building and running away and being like, oh, maybe my life does have meaning. I'm gonna go save this little girl. Then he gets into a Gundam, and he like has like PTSD about Gundam. Like every time he tries to get into a Gundam, like he like throws up. Like that kind of like war is bad kind of PTSD. Or earlier when we were talking about how Gundam, 2 main pillars of Gundam ideology is war is bad and buy our shit. This is it. Like it seems very like contradictory because he's like has PTSD about this thing that you should buy and put in your house. But I don't know, it
Well,
works.
just because he has PTSD doesn't mean like the
Doesn't mean
Gundams aren't cool, you know? Like
just because he has PTSD about killing his dad in the Gundam doesn't mean I have to have PTSD.
exactly. Like I can just have your thing.
But no, and then so he tries to save this little girl, and then the little girl obviously dies in his arms. And then
But then he like makes her a grave and everything. Like
that's what
so
you do.
good.
That's what you do with dead people, yeah. And then he is like, okay, I'm not gonna be a whiny baby anymore. The Bobby Fudge. I'm not gonna pee my pants anymore. I'm not gonna cry and pee my pants anymore. I'm gonna be a good guy. And he's like, I'm going to, you know, try to protect the things that connect me to my dad, the things that, you know, link me to my dad, i.e. like his company and whatnot. So he decides to, you know, he decides to suck it up, go back to the Space Academy, and try to make things right and take over his company after his dad died. But yeah, so that's, I think that's, I guess I like him now.
Yeah, it's great. He's great.
Maybe I feel for him a little bit after the whole accidentally killing his father, having PTSD about it, being kidnapped, trying to save a dying girl, etc., etc. But yeah, I like it. It's a classic, like, oh, I used to be a dumb, evil jerk, and now I'm a good guy now. And now I got humbled, and now I'm a good guy now. It's a good storyline. I like the redemption arc, the bad guy, good guy redemption arc, or bad guy to good guy redemption arc. I'm a fan of that.
And it's like it's like I told you before. Like everyone important goes through a character arc at some point.
We're talking before the stream how Garel is like the most popular character, at least judging by Mal favorites. And like, yeah, he definitely has like, I wouldn't say that, I don't know, that most of the things that there's a lot of characters in this season, and a lot of things happen, but even in all that context, Garel still gets like, I think, a majority amount of character development.
Yeah, he turns, you know, he completely like,
Then he gets a haircut.
he grows up, really. I mean,
then he gets a haircut. That's how you know that he's matured.
yeah, he changes because of his hair is short now.
But yeah, like, I think you said it best, like, more than any other character, from the beginning of the series to the end of the series, he is one of the most, like, changed characters. Because again, he was just kind of like a stupid, dumb kid that was, like, thought he was at the top of the world and he could do whatever he want, and then he found out, no, he can't actually do whatever he wants without any consequence.
Yeah.
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
He was that kid that went around saying my dad works at Nintendo.
And then he accidentally killed his dad.
And then he killed his dad from that Nintendo and
then
got a job at Nintendo.
And then he was held prisoner for a couple and then he got a job at Nintendo, and he's like, I'm gonna be listen, it doesn't sound great just talking about it, but like, listen, he saved a dying girl. He had a whole character arc. Don't worry about it. Just trust me on this one, bro.
Yeah, he went through a whole thing.
he went for a whole ass thing.
It's one of those things that it's so good that it's hard to put on paper. Like,
I think it's one of those things where, like, if you just read a plot synopsis, like, okay, he accidentally killed his dad, and then he had PTSD, and he saved a dying girl, and he was good. But like, that leaves out a lot of, like, there were 2 kids and 1 died, and it was like it doesn't necessarily sell the tone of the whole season, of the whole episode. Like, this was all just one big episode.
Yeah.
Or one.
He has to both like get
normally.
over like, or not both, but like he has to get over the loss of his father, while also getting over his like new fear of Gundam, while also trying to help people now. Like he deals with a lot like very quickly.
Yeah, it's also like just the power of like anime as a storytelling medium, because like they really show the effects of like how horrible war is. Like, they're just in the middle, they're trying to evacuate, and then they get bombed and people die, and like there's like these really dark scenes of like rubble and people crawling through, and you know, it's good, you know. outside of scenes of people just standing around talking, when actually action is happening, like, the directing and everything else and the production is really good and really sells, like, the emotions of each scene. And
we got 40 views on the last time we did this. Dang, that is popping off.
Yeah, these usually do better as VODs than streams. I don't know. But anyway,
yeah, let's get on with it. Really, I'm so excited to talk about the ending.
I sympathize with Guel now. I think that episode, like, single-handedly, like, in season 1, yeah, like, he did some things to, like, try to, like, make him, like, a redeemable character, but, like, after that whole arc, I'm like, okay, I like him now.
I told you.
You were right. I shouldn't have doubted you.
Word for word, I said you're gonna like him. Everyone I've ever gotten to watch this, as soon as they meet Goel, they text me and are like, this guy sucks.
This fucking asshole.
I'm like, just you wait, he's gonna be your favorite.
But yeah. That's how it goes. It's just like Accelerator from Certain Magical Index.
True! So true.
Anyway, okay. Anything else you want to say about that episode?
No, we're good. I mean, we got that covered.
Okay, next batch of episodes time. 16 to 18. I did my best to try to put these in the episodes. I might have just grouped them in how many times I watched at once.
Well, no! It's rough, like, because like we said, everything happens.
It just
like,
goes
so
really
fast.
fast, yeah. Like,
yeah, so like you kind of are like, damn, when did this happen?
Because like the first 3 episodes, like the first 2 episodes are kind of like a whole story arc of like the soft reset and then like the terrorists attacking, and then they have just a Guel episode, and then they have like another episode. Crazy. Very good at pacing on the second one. So yeah, Soleda's mom, definitely crazy. She goes off about how, at the end of the Guel episode, she goes off about, Quiet Zero, which is basically just her MacGuffin of, like, I'm gonna go take over the world.
Yes, Quiet to Zero.
I think you can explain it better than I can.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Okay, so, at this point in the story, it's just like, okay, hey, Mio, your father... You gotta take over for your father now, and your father was helping me with this, like, thing that's going to... Quiet Zero.
So, Quiet Zero is a network concept that uses data storm, which is the things that Gundams use, to affect permit links, and basically, they want to send out a giant data storm and create a world of peace.
Yeah, I think that's not explained till later, but we're in the spoiler section, so
yeah, who cares? I mean, that's like
essentially
she doesn't say what it is till later, but she's like starting to talk about what Quiet Zero is here.
Yeah, at this point it's just like I'm gonna take over the world, kind of this. But
yeah,
you know how Soleta like controls the little like orbitars, the little gun bits around her, and then that can be expanded to overriding anything that uses the permalink system, which is basically every single piece of technology in Gundam.
Yeah.
So
everything uses a permit link. They spent like the last like 500 years mining for it. So like yeah, everything uses it.
So yeah, basically the Quiet Zero is gonna take over an entire planet of technology, and then that way Eddie doesn't have to live inside of a robot. She can live everywhere. She can live in every robot, etc., etc.
Yes.
But the next episode directly, Mio and Soleta finally get reunited. Mio comes back and she immediately was like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. I was so mean to you at the end of season 1.
When you killed somebody."
Listen, I know you killed somebody and you were kind of weird about it, but you know, if you didn't kill him, then, you know, my dad and we would both be dead, so I have to thank you, you know." She comes to her senses, and then Soleta's also like, "Yeah, you know, now that I think about it, I shouldn't have been all haha whoops kind of about it, you know? Should have taken it more seriously." So they kiss and make up about that, but they still so like yes, they do kind of just like in one episode like kiss and make up, the big plot ending of season 1. But Soletta then brings up the fact that's like, oh yeah, you know, I did it because that's what my mom said to do. And then Mio immediately starts calling her out.
Yeah, she's like, if your mom told you to give up your dream of starting a school on Mercury, would you do it? And she's like, well, if mom thinks it's a good idea, then yeah.
If your mom told you to jump off a cliff.
Yeah.
So like, and yeah, so basically Mio calls out her wife for not thinking for herself, which is definitely like was definitely hinted in season 1. Like season 1, like yes, Mio has things that she wants to do, but like we find out that it's mostly things that her mom wants to do, and she's just kind of like okay with it. She doesn't have a lot going on in her brain in season 1, basically. She's a
Soletta came to the school because her mother said to,
etc., etc.
Like,
also during this scene, I noted this out because it is an interesting, like, camera directing. When I say that I want interesting directing for characters standing around talking, this is what I'm talking about. You know,
her reflection in the tomato.
The reflection in the back and forth shot via the reflection in the tomato. It's really good.
It's good stuff.
And, like, the tomato is, like, important to Mio because it's, like, connected to her mother, and it's very important. It's what Soletta took care of while Mio was gone, so, like, you know, the tomato is obviously some sort of signifies some sort of connection between them. So it makes sense that this relationship developing scene takes place in the greenhouse and B off the reflection of tomatoes.
Well, I think it's really cool too because like the tomatoes are specific to Mio's mother, and they're talking about Soletta's mother, and like
yeah.
And the green tomato, like how it's just ripening from the bottom, it like shows like, oh, like I think like green might be like, you know,
you haven't
her
quite
mother's
developed.
not the best. Yeah, she hasn't, like, you know. It's crazy. It's so good.
You're just a little yellow tomato. You don't even know how to be independent.
Yeah,
like that.
Like
yeah.
she's still ripening. Like
this is the kind of
Soletta
stuff
doesn't even think for herself.
This is the kind of interesting directing that I like in anime. But yeah, anyway, yeah.
Euphemisms.
In general, this is the kind of like relationship drama I do like. It's not like artificial, like, oh, misunderstanding and that's why we're fighting. Like, no, like they are having like an legitimate argument about like character qualities of them, and Mio is only mad at Soletta because she cares about her and wants what's best for her. Like, she's mad at Soletta because she cares about Soletta. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like Mio's whole point has completely changed. Like, she went from just wanting to leave and escape everything to now where she's fighting for a better future.
Yeah, the end of season 1 kind of like was like Mio was like, hey, I do care about you. I don't care about running away anymore, blah 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 and stuff like that. So season 1 was basically just Soletta helping Mio evolve as a character, and season 2 is kind of like the opposite.
Yeah, like exactly, because again, everyone in this fucking story has a character arc. Like, Mio goes from being like selfish and self-absorbed and wanting nothing but to be away from everything, to them becoming like, oh, this is what it's like to care about other people.
Yeah. And again, I do like this because, and again, yeah, so it shows that Mio's a very complicated, a very different character now. Like, she would not be having this conversation closer to the beginning of season 1.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a good relationship drama because, like, yes, there is drama happening. They are arguing and fighting, but because Mio cares about Soletta that she's like, hey, you shouldn't just do everything your mom says, and Soletta's like, what's wrong with that? That seems fine. So I like.
So that's that whole conversation like starts like the whole rest of everything.
The whole second season. Then another good, more reflections, more I don't know what was with the second half of this episode that they just used reflection shots a lot, but I like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a way of like capturing like emotion of the full face.
Yeah. Especially in this shot where you can very clearly see Mio's face, but not a Soletta mom.
Yeah, you can only see like her snarky like smile, like she's full of evil.
Yeah. And then with
And I
that,
think that's what you're supposed to be feeling at this point.
yeah. Because especially this was the part that Mio realized, oh, you're crazy.
Yeah, like this whole part is where she's like, look, you have to tell us what to do. You have to take over Quiet Zero.
Yeah, she's like, you have to take over Quiet Zero, and you have to play into my plan. The point.
and the very cool part about like all of this is that Soletta Mom is like, sure, and Mio's like, one condition, like, you have to let Soletta be free.
Yeah,
Stop controlling her and like let her be her own person. And Soletta Mom's like, yeah, sure, but she's got to battle one more time.
Is that how it went? Again, this is more right than any of my other anime discussions. Might be more of a haphazard because things happen very quickly throughout this season.
Yeah, that's basically what happens. Is like she's like, you need to take over Quiet Zero, and Mio's like, only if you let Soletta go. And she's like, fine, but she has to duel one more time for Ariel to be ready.
Are you sure? Because I thought Mio put together this duel.
She did, because Soletta Mom says she needed to duel one more time. Like she said, Ariel needs to be in one more battle so Quiet Zero can be launched. And that was like the whole thing.
Okay, so the next episode, we have a fight series where they're like, okay, Soletta and the newly returned Guel, newly redeemed / returned Guel have to do a fight, like one more fight for the title of holder and who gets to marry Mio. And it was...
oh my god, this scene is so cute too.
Oh yeah, where Guel's like, oh yeah, you know, I did care for you, Soletta. I wasn't lying when I said I wanted to marry you. Stuff
Yeah,
like that.
he was so like nice and like, it's like,
character
look, I did
arc.
care about you and like, yeah, like, it's so like cool, just him right here. And even when like Mio comes out of nowhere and she's like, fine, you two fight, and Guel's like, I don't do that anymore.
I don't wanna fight in a Gundam anymore.
I don't do that shit no more. You're crazy.
He's like, I'm not so I don't have such little I don't have such little confidence in myself that I have to, you know, I can't make words anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't feel like he needs to prove himself anymore.
Yeah, that what you said.
He's a grown man now.
But yeah, and then they have a big fight, and it seems like it's one of the first fights in the series that actually feel like they have like stakes. And again, it's not, this fights having stakes are not necessarily like the biggest plot of this show, but one of my few criticisms for the first season was like, there was no fight that had any stakes. Soletta was always going to win, and there was never a question otherwise, because like the duels were always like, okay, if Soletta wins, then the show keeps going, but if Soletta loses, then she goes to jail and the series is over. So like, obviously Soletta would win. But this is one of the things where like, you know, Mia was like plotting, was like, hey, you gotta win, Guel. And I'll cheat the system for you. And Guel's like, I'm gonna also use the autopilot that my dad made because I don't want to arrogance. He's not arrogant anymore.
Yeah, he's like, I don't need to prove anything. Like I'm just here to do the thing.
So this is one of the more exciting fights in the series because like, oops. On one hand, like sure we believe that Soletta's gonna win because, you know, she's the main character and like, you know, she has to be the holder, right? That she can't just go on without being the holder. But Guel has Mio plotting with him, and he also is going 100% this time, not, putting his pride aside and using the autopilot system. So the fight does actually have some stake. And then at the end, it looks like, Soletta's gonna do the thing where, she's about to lose, but then Ariel activates a higher level of thingies, and it looks like she's about to make a comeback, and then everything just shuts down, and then Gruel wins.
Yeah, Mio, installed an app onto her phone, and had to hit it, and she hit it, and it shut down Ariel, and Soletta lost, which means she lost Ariel, and she lost title of the holder.
Yeah, that was such a, goddamn, they did it, they finally gave Soletta an L, after 16 episodes of her just, all I do is win, 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 After 16 episodes of that, she finally, took an L, realized that she wasn't invincible.
Yeah, and very obviously Soletta is very upset about this sort of thing.
Yeah, that scene where she was like, wait, no, we one more fight, we can do a redo, we don't have to, and then her outfit changed from yellow, the holder yellow, to a normal ass red, and then she was freaking out and panicking, suffering. Mwah. I love suffering. Mwah. Again, listen, I know this is gonna make me sound like a psychopath.
Right.
I love character arcs where the happy-go-lucky super Genki girl, never feels an ounce of sadness, something bad happens and they lose it and then just start breaking down and getting really sad. That's a good character arc.
Yeah.
I love when happy people get really sad. No, I mean as us, not in real life, in for a storytelling element. It makes it, the full first 15, 16 episodes, Soletta has been kind of one-dimensional. She's been a good character. It's a good one-dimensional, but she's definitely been one-dimensional. She always wins, she's always happy, etc., etc. So to see her losing and sad shows a different aspect of her character, and that's what I like.
Well, that's the thing too, because she's only really shown to be sad in this moment, and then once everything settles down, she just acts like everything's fine.
Yeah, that's another so after the episode, okay, Mio's okay, I'm gonna go, then they separate again. So they were together for that one episode, and then Mio immediately was like, okay, I'm gonna go off and do I not have any screenshots? I have a meme. Does that count?
I don't think so.
Frick. I'm trying to organize my thoughts. Give me a second. So yeah, Soletta took an L, and then she sat in that in the ending of that episode. But then next episode, Mio and Gruel are off doing their business, and they're off on a mission to the Earth to try to appease the protesters. And then meanwhile Soletta's just living at school, being happy, ticking things off, back to business, pretending that didn't happen. Which again, for a character who has just been mostly again, one-dimensional and happy, maybe that she probably doesn't know necessarily how to process this emotion of being sad.
Yeah.
Right? So she just kind of tries to ignore it and just go on her regular day-to-day episode.
Yeah, she's trying to be a normal student now because, well, Ariel's gone, got Ariel taken away in that duel.
Yeah, and then
but later in that episode, this is the episode where she thinks she hears Ari calling to her, and she gets in the suit.
She gets in the robot.
She gets in the robot Shinji, and Ari and her Ari copies all come out, and we're oh yeah,
so
everyone's here. You were the key.
Yeah, so like during that episode, she's happy, and then her other classmates are like, "Are you sure you're okay with everything that happened?" And she's like, "Yeah, whatever, it's fine, don't worry about it. Everything will work out. Everything's happy." And then somehow ends up on a space station, and then finds she wants. I guess she's trying to talk to Mio. I'm not sure why she's on the space station.
Yeah, she's trying to get back in touch with Mio because everyone's like, "You need to go talk to her.
Yeah,
like this isn't right.
You need to go talk with your woman."
And then like she finds out that giant plot twist that Soletta is just a replica child of Eri.
Yeah. And then yeah, basically then this is the part where like, you know, her wife left her, and now her sister robot is leaving her because she's like, "We don't need you anymore, Soletta. Your part of the plan has been fulfilled. We don't need you anymore. You can kind of just leave." And also her mom's like, "We don't need you anymore here anymore either. You can kind of just leave."
Yeah, you can. It's time for you to live your own life. And then, boom, the screenshot I sent.
What, oh, you sent a screenshot? I just had a meme. This happened.
It's a good one. That's one it all. Damn. No, that's a good one too.
Because it literally, like, this is literally. Listen, I know this is an Among Us meme, but this is literally what happened.
No, that is what happened.
She got ejected from the space from. Here, I'll put the compare. Here we go. You got the screenshot. But yeah, she got ejected, and then like now finally like her dog died, her wife left her. Like this is when it finally hits her. Like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I need you to
her
find.
Her mother doesn't need her anymore. Her fiance no more doesn't need her, and her sister no longer needs her. So now she is all alone.
I need you to find the difference between these two pictures.
Oh well, they're the same image.
But yeah, yeah, it kind of like goes back into Soletta's character arc for being independent, because again, Soletta mom said that she wants her to live freely, and that's basically what Mio said to Soletta, is like, you need to be your own person. And that's also what Soletta mom wants for Robot Sister, is for Eddie to live freely, which is why she's creating this big like giant network that's gonna take over the world.
Yeah, no, she's crazy.
She loud beeps. Don't worry about it.
I didn't hear no beeps.
Don't worry about it. But yeah, that was a I think that was a exceptionally good episode, because it just showed like, it showed that Soletta wasn't quite like comprehending everything that was happening, and then she did finally get it through her head. Oh shoot, I gotta be like my own person now. This is horrible. But like, this is definitely was the episode that made me really like Soletta as a character, because again, up until this point, she's just been kind of like a Mary Sue. Like, she's super happy all the time. She gets all the women. She wins all the Gundam fights. But this was the episode where that kind of like humbled her in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, big time.
So, and it showed like different, like her showing off different like aspects of her personality, showing different emotions. Okay, random thought before we get to the next episode.
You
remember this random ass girl?
Oh jeez, hold on.
Oh gee, hold on. Let me get a closer gander. Let me get a
Hold on.
propaganda.
Oh yeah. What? That's Celicia. Why?
Why does she look like Mio and Soletta's child? Because she has like the tan skin that Soletta has, but also like the white hair and the hair shape that Mio has.
I don't know. She's just like I don't know.
I thought they were gonna pull like a Fire Emblem situation. It's like, oh, I'm Soletta and Mio's daughter from the future come back to help. But no.
No, but she's been extremely snide to them the whole series.
But it would make I thought, listen, this is one of the, I don't talk a lot about like speculations I make, because once you know what the actual plot of the show is, then the speculations don't make any sense. But like, I just want to just give you a slight peek into what speculation I did have. I thought she was gonna be like, oh yeah, you know, I was working for the bad guys, but I was secretly trying to help you guys out. No, she
just sucks. What do you mean?
That never happens. But why does she look like that? I mean, I guess there's a character that looks like everything in this series.
I think she's cute.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Fire Emblem known for inventing the future child rule. I mentioned Fire Emblem once and Dom shows up. You can't make this up.
Do you know why Soletta is tan?
Because this is her mom?
No.
Oh. Listen, if I had to make one change, that was a funny thing to walk in. Does it on purpose, I promise. A sensor went off. Soul's about to say something crazy about Fire Emblem. I gotta click it into the stream.
So you know, being the sun, you know this, right? You know Mercury is the closest planet to the sun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
See, I can see it out my window right now.
Yeah, exactly. So like that's why Soletta's tan. She grew up right next to the sun.
That makes sense. She doesn't have the sunblock that we have.
And Maureen is like a
listen,
Spatian, so like kind of like Earth atmosphere, so she's like very pale like normal people.
I guess she's also from a planet that's close to the sun. Listen, I don't even remember this effing character's name.
Celestia.
Celestia, yeah.
Celestia. Yeah.
If I had to make one change to the series, I would just be that I would put the Fire Emblem future child in there.
That's stupid. You're stupid for that.
Is it really? Would that have really been the most crazy thing that happened in this entire series?
It's unwarranted and unneeded.
But like, I just saying, like the whole series, like she's been a background character, but she hasn't done anything, and she still continues to do nothing.
That's most of the characters.
I feel like she's the worst contender of that.
We hear about like this legendary captain. You remember the really fat dude? We hear about this legendary captain, and then he shows up for like 2 episodes, and we never hear from him again. What are you talking about?
I suppose. Maybe I just liked her design, that I wanted her to be more important than she actually was.
What about the dude like from Earth that set up like Noria and Sophie to be there? Like he's only in 1 episode.
But
what about Lilik, the heavyset girl, like white girl from Earth House? Okay. She just is like there and that's it. She doesn't do anything.
Anyway, that's why I don't talk about my crazy predictions. I usually don't have a lot of.
I'll kill you. Continue.
I usually don't have predictions for stuff, but that just got in my head somehow. Anyway. I was saying there's a character that looks like everything in this show. Yeah, this is something I do like. I was talking about this about Bleach too, but that's something I do like about this show, is that there's just a lot of the characters are very diverse.
Hey, you know something?
Which makes
sense.
Know
what I noticed? Eri and Soletta look a lot alike.
But they are related. They are related. But
they're not just related.
You see it, right? The skin tone and the hair, you see it, right? You could. I mean, I guess I
see it, but I didn't for a second think that that's like the thing that they did. That's not something Gundam has ever done.
Okay, but when Mio and Soletta have a child, it would look like this. Can't convince me otherwise. You know what? That's headcanon. I don't even care.
That's your headcanon?
That's my headcanon. Is that she's their daughter from the future that went to the past via
that's dumb
Gundam
head
magic,
canon.
and just to keep an eye on them. And she didn't actually end up needing to do anything because they got it taken care of.
I don't think Okuji would do something that stupid.
You've seen Code Geass?
I have, but like it's not that stupid.
You've seen Code Geass? That's like this picture of Mio. This is one of those anime that at the end of every episode they have like a special illustration from one of the animators or somebody working on the show where they have a little fancy picture.
Yeah, there's a special picture for every ending of the episode, and it's on the Gundam Witch website.
You can look at these pictures too if you go to theworldwideweb.com.
It's literally like g-witch.net or something like that. Really cool site. You should visit it sometime.
Anyway, yeah, so Sleda is fine. Anyway, going back to talking about the actual show.
Yeah.
And we'll do the next batch.
Anyway, we covered all that. Yeah, let's get on with it.
So Sleda is completely on her own. She doesn't have a mom. She doesn't have a robot. She doesn't have a wife.
Yep.
And so here's a picture of her scrounging around in the middle of the night at the fridge.
Me when I'm depressed.
Me when I'm depressed and trying to sneak snacks. Oh no, that doesn't happen? No, that happens at the same time. Okay.
That's like way earlier. No, you're right. That is way later.
Because then, no, because at the same, so Mio is off with Gorel, her new fiance, and
they're going to Earth.
They're going to Earth, and at the same time, Soletta is a sad. It's really, listen, as much as I was saying, like, oh, I like seeing Genki characters go for like depressive arcs, like, it still hurts to see, because like this episode, Soletta is actually just like in bed for days without eating, just depressed and sad all the time, and it's important for a character arc, but it's really hard to see a character like Soletta go for that. I was like, oh no, Soletta, don't be sad. Don't be sad, Soletta. Why are you
That's my little baby.
That's my baby.
It's my baby.
Last episode, or not last episode. I'm getting episode stream season all. Last stream, you were talking about how you're like, oh yes, I see Soletta and Mio as like my children, and I'm like, I see it now. After the second season, yeah. I see it now. Because again, they go through a lot of like character development arcs through this second half. But yeah, this is Soletta is finally decides to get out of bed and try to find something to eat, and then she gets caught, and they're like, "Hey, you got to eat a proper breakfast." I like the face she makes. What?
Food. Never heard of it.
It's really funny that even in a disheveled state, even in Soletta's current disheveled state, she still makes funny faces.
Yeah, she's so funny.
Wait, and then she
Anyway, they go to Earth, right?
Yeah,
and,
I was thinking if anything happened with Soletta during this batch of episodes, but that's next episode. So then she starts to cheer up after, you know, hanging out with her Earth friends, which we haven't really talked about. I just kind of showed it, be like, hey, look at all this character diversity.
I mean, they're around. They just like don't do anything crazy other than try to like help Soletta.
Yeah, Nika is working for like the Earth terrorists, and Choo Choo
Sorta, yeah,
is a cool character just because her name is Choo Choo and she has pink bubblegum hair.
Chuturi Pan Launch. I love her.
Chuturi Pan Launch, is that her name?
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Chuturi Pan Launch. You know, here's a little bit of G-Witch trivia for you.
Oh boy.
The voice actress for Choo Choo is also the voice actress for Haro.
Can't confirm.
I'm
looking at the wiki. But not important. Anyway, so yeah, Soletta starts to feel a little bit better. But at the same time, shit starts getting going bad down at Earth. We are reminded that this is a Gundam series.
Yeah, yep. So yeah,
So
Mio is like talking with the resistance, and is like, look, like we can stop this. Like we want to be like the branch
yeah, so
that
like
that helps space and Earth together.
I'm not sure exactly what caused this, but like, you know, Earth and space hate each other. That's been present throughout the entire series. But like then the like protests start getting like turning into riots, and they start getting really bad. And Mio with Guel now teamed up with Guel. They're like, okay, let's go and try to put a stop to this. So they go to Earth, and Mio has a little scene where she's like, "Ah, I remember so long ago I wanted to escape to Earth, and now I finally made it to Earth, but not the way I expected." Like little character arcs like that, or character moments like that.
Anyway, they're taking this conversation, and the guys at Earth are like, I don't know, like working with Spatians is kind of rough. We don't trust you guys. And like Mio's like, oh, you can trust us. Like here's the reasons why you can trust us. And like right before they sign like a big deal.
Well, Mio's like, I'm going to be. They're like, we will agree to work with you if you become like, if you win the presidential election or whatever. I'm not sure what that was about. There was like some sort of like thing that they were like, because Mio's already like the head of the company, but I think she was aiming for something higher.
Well, yeah, because she's acting president, because Delling is in a coma.
Okay,
Father's in a coma.
But
wasn't like they're like, yeah,
weren't characters like Shattuck also in consideration? I thought they were Shattuck and Mio and whatnot.
Yeah, big time. Because Shattuck talked to or he had an agreement with Pale, the duck-looking girls, and was like
duck-looking girls,
and like yeah. So he was like kind of like favored to win.
Okay, so she was, but at this point Mio was acting president, and they're like, okay, if you become real president, then we'll work with you.
And then they're like, psych, no, because more big terrorism happens.
Yeah, effing Seletta's mom ruins everything.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know, like, Seletta mom is also there, because they're just, she's working, Mio at this point is working with Seletta's mom. And then Seletta mom just ruins everything and starts a big giant war and, like blows up a bunch of like Earth Gundams and whatnot. And then they start a big fight, and yeah, I'm not 100% sure why Seletta mom started that. Just because I don't know. She's a jerk.
I mean, pretty much.
But yeah, Seletta's mom is a big fat meanie. No, I think she just wanted to like get rid of the Gundams on Earth. I think was her only plan.
Prospera seemed to believe that the bunker on Earth was like a threat to Quiet Zero.
Yeah. Either way, it's one of those things where like it doesn't necessarily matter why it happened, because the consequences of it were interesting enough where I'm like, I'm sure there was good reasons.
It also like yeah, and it was like it was Ariel that did the attack, which was at that point Mio's like Gundam, because her company owned it.
Yeah.
And so like they were like, they felt like they got double crossed.
Yeah, bad thing happened. And then things get really like dark. They have like this scene where there's like a crying child in the street over like a towering Gundam. And it's like one of these, it's these scenes that I'm like, oh yeah, Gundams can be used for tools of war, and also you can buy them off of our website for $559.99.
Gundams are so cool.
Gundams are cool. But this is part of why Gundams are cool, is because they're tools. They can be that. It's not the weapon that is the bad monster. It is the people behind the weapon. You know.
Yeah.
Gundams, that's the whole like push and pull of like Soletta versus like the Earth terrorists. Is the Earth terrorists are like Gundams are weapons for mass destruction, and Soletta's like, no, Gundams can be used for peace, and used to make prosthetics and whatnot, stuff like that. A lot of very classic Gundam thing influenced a lot of stuff. Speaking of which, I think it kind of reminds me of Mega Man in a way, because Mega Man, especially X, has a lot of like human versus robot stuff where like the evil robots are like, oh, robots are just meant for killing machines and they're better than humans, so we should kill all the humans. And then the good robots in Mega Man are like, no, we humans and robots should live together.
Yeah.
Etc. Etc.
That's actually a good comparison, actually.
Just because I just so happen to be thinking about Mega Man and watching Gundam at the same time.
I mean, hey, Mega Man's also very good. Mega Man has a damn good story.
But yeah, I don't know. Again, with me being like an old school like otaku, that's what was interesting about watching this Gundam series, is seeing like, oh yeah, even though this is one of the new Gundam series, you can still see like, oh yeah, this is how Gundam, the core ideas of Gundam influenced all these other things and stuff, and something Godzilla, I don't know. Doesn't Godzilla have a similar archetype where Godzilla can sometimes be good? No, usually Godzilla's evil.
I mean, no, Godzilla is normally good. Like, Godzilla is the monster that keeps all the monsters in check.
Well, we need to watch some Godzilla movies.
Oh, dude, the Godzilla movies are,
woo. Yeah, sure. Anyway, important right now.
Anyway, back to what we were actually talking about.
But yeah, so because of all this, Miyodane gets really depressed because she's like, oh my god, this is all my fault. I killed so many people. It's not technically her fault. At first I was like, why are you crying? This is not your fault. This is your dumb Soletta's mom's fault. But it was Mio that agreed to work with Soletta's mom. Why she was there in the first place. So yes,
yeah.
It is Mio's fault that she decided to work with Soletta's mom and bring her to Earth and then put her in a position that she can blow up everything and kill people. Yeah. So, like, Mio's not directly responsible for Soletta's mom going... Like, she didn't know that Soletta's mom would go rogue and and cause this war that would kill all these people. But she definitely knew that Soletta's mom was no good and worked with her anyway. So, like, regardless, it's still even if it's not necessarily her fault, it's still like her responsibility.
I mean, again, she only did it to like help set Soletta free. Like, she didn't want Soletta to be a part of any of this anymore.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I guess it comes back to, I don't know how legally you would put this, because like, yes, it wasn't directly Mio's fault, but without Mio's actions, it wouldn't have happened anyway. So she still has responsibility for what happened. Either way, she's sad about it. And she kind of gets depression. She also gets depression. Everybody just gets depression. It's the dark before the light of Gundam episodes 19 to 21.
Yeah.
Where
the light happens or starts to shine in episode 21.
Does it though?
Yeah, because Soletta, Noria goes fucking insane.
Does it though?
And like everyone's like, oh, Mio's in really bad shape, and Soletta goes to where she's like locked herself in her room, and then fucking Guel is like, if you want to see my wife, you'll have to fight me for it. And then he just like loses on purpose in a fencing competition.
You're getting too ahead of yourself.
Yeah, that's like episode 21.
No, that's 22.
Well, the screenshot's 22.
One episode off. Anyway,
it like starts now. No.
I guess it could start in 21, but anyway, Yeah, so Mio is depressed, Soletta is depressed, and then things get like really dark. Noetta, this girl, the girl who was friends with Sophie who died, she's been like locked up by like Shattuck, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's been locked up. She and new slash original Ellen, and also Nika were all locked up. And then they got unlocked. It was Shattuck, right? Yeah. Because Shattuck, because while they were on the Earth, Gwell found out that Shattuck is like the mastermind behind a lot of the terrorist attacks and kidnapping people, and he's like a bad guy. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, basically it ends with this girl getting out and blowing up the entire school. Like things get like that one episode that I was talking about where like the kid with the crying Gundam, like that was pretty dark, but like the episode where that the school gets blown up, that gets really dark.
Yeah.
Especially since it's such a like that was like all of season 1 took place with in the school, so all the like establishing shots and all the like architecture is very familiar to me, so seeing it just get blown up and just absolutely destroyed was very bad, very dark.
Yeah, it sucked.
And then
big time hardcore.
What?
It sucked big time hardcore.
Sucked big time hardcore. And then Ellen was like, "Hey, fudge, Noetta, we could be."
You can just call her Noria. That's the
Noria.
You can just say
oh
that.
Yeah.
You can just say Noria.
Noria. Ellen tries to be friends with Noria, and he's like, "I saw your sketch journal. They had some scenes earlier, where they kind of got to know each other, and she was just like really mad that her friend is dead, and that's why she went on a murderous rampage. And then Ellen was like talking her down, and then she just got killed like immediately, and then that really like shook up new Ellen. And I had to say,
yeah,
I kind of hated new Ellen at first because I'm like, I want the old Ellen back.
Congratulations, you're not alone.
But this episode humbled him, I guess. That's basically all character arcs in this story, as people get humbled. But yeah,
Boom, get humbled.
Yeah, at this point in the story, this is the official part where he like stops necessarily like working for the organization who created him and all of his clones, and he's like, I want to help fight for peace and whatnot. He's on board. He joins the party basically, and he's there for like the final battle. And then also Shattuck and Goel have a really big fight. That was really cool. I don't have a screenshot of it, but you just have to believe me that they had a really big and cool fight. But yeah, I think it's two major. I like to win two major characters who, because again, season 1. Another thing about season 1 is it was just Soletta fighting everyone. So to see like side characters fighting each other was really cool. And also more of Goel's like character arc of, taking responsibility and, making things right, making up for killing his dad. I like
Last
it.
three. Let's go, last three. Come on. I need to see it.
I just want to talk about the last episode.
I need the happy. I need the bad.
Well, one more sad thing for.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the whole school getting destroyed part was kind of a weird feeling because like the actual animation was cool because of like big giant robots, and it was like well animated and like laser beams and cool. Like the animation was cool, but what was actually happening was horrifying. So like I didn't necessarily know how to feel about that. So but war is bad is how we felt about that.
Terrorism is scary. Go figure.
And then we have like a more subdued episode where like, okay, the morning after the big attack and people are like living in tents, and Soletta is taking the tomatoes and feeding everybody tomatoes, and they basically just they have an episode where they just kind of like regroup and make plans, and they're like, okay, Soletta, we have a new Gundam for you to pilot, and we're gonna go stop your mom, and we're gonna go talk to Mio, and everything's cool is gonna happen.
Heck yeah, the Calibarn, baby.
Okay, now we can get to the final 3 episodes. Anything
All right,
else?
so anyway, Soletta goes.
Anything else you wanted to say about the series before then?
No, I really did talk about this. I really did talk about this. You know what I've got to talk about.
You know I gotta talk about this.
You know I gotta talk about. You know it's the most important part to me.
You know, we have the bio lizard, and we have the biohazard, and we have the space colony arc. No, but basically, beep beep beep. Yeah, basically, after the reflecting episode, Soletta like tells everybody like, "Hey, I'm a clone, and here's what's going on with my sister." Or like, Soletta's like an artificial human, similar to the Ellens, where she's like made. She's not like an organic child. She was made using Eddie's DNA.
So you guys know Solid Snake. All right, so basically.
So yeah, but this is basically the episode where she's like, okay, I processed everything. I know what's going on. I know what I need to do. She's like, I'm gonna go get my wife back. I'm gonna go get in this new Gundam, even though it doesn't protect me from the Gundam curse. And I'm gonna go stop my crazy fucking mom. I'm gonna be my own person, make my own decisions, and it's really sick. And she does this by having a fencing duel? Question mark?
Yeah, so she goes to after Soletta Mom destroys the space assembly.
Yeah, there's
and,
by the way, there's like 2 scenes like back to. I mean, they're in different episodes, but like, I think the ending of episode 21 and the beginning of episode 22 is just people, some company, some group tries to attack the Quiet Zero, and then the Quiet Zero is just like, nah, don't worry about it, and then takes over all their robots and has them kill each other.
Yeah.
And then the opening of the next episode, the same thing happens. A little weird pacing.
So anyway, yeah, she goes, Soletta goes, and she's like, I gotta go talk to Miori, and
I gotta go get my
like,
wife back.
Not without a fencing duel, which he kind of purposely loses.
Like, they have like, okay, so Soletta's like, hey, I want to go talk to Mio, and Goel's like, and you gotta go through me first. I challenge you to one more duel, and if you lose, then you gotta give up on Mio forever, and if you win, then you get to be the holder. And then, instead of getting in Gundams, they have a fencing duel? Why do they have it? This is the fencing has not been part of the series up until now, and it never is again. It felt like they just randomly threw this in because they didn't want to have.
They're in a war zone.
Yeah,
and plus, if they get into Gundams, there's a 90% chance that Quiet Zero will just pulsate and kill both of them.
Yeah, it just felt like they were kind of like the writers wrote themselves into a corner where like, we need a duel to happen, but we don't have access to Gundam at the current moment in story, so.
I think fencing's hilarious, to be honest.
Fencing, cool, gotcha. And it plays out basically the same as a Gundam battle. They even do like the whole the monologue before, like, oh, the battle, the victor isn't determined by the quality of the Gundam or the skill of the pilot, but the result itself is the only truth. They do that, but like, instead of Gundams, you got swords.
Yeah.
It's just very weird, but it's basically a dual Gundam battle where Soletta and Goel have one last fight, and then Soletta wins.
Yep. So she goes.
Where did they?
The door.
Listen, if they just had one scene in season 1 where they practiced fencing as like something in the background, then sure. But that's never been a thing.
I don't get why you're hung up on it.
I'm not hung up on it anymore. I'm dropping it.
Anyway, finally, for like you're wishing it happened for like 10 episodes now. Miori and Soletta have a heart-to-heart.
They finally have a heart again. Like, they spend a lot of the second season apart because they have they're apart for like the first 2 episodes, and they have 1 episode together, and then Mio just straight fiances Guel and F's off until the last like 3 episodes, and then they have a heart to heart, and it's really great, and I love it a lot because Soletta was sad before, and then she kind of like learned to pick herself up and be her own person, and Mio is trying to rely on other people. It's like character arcs where Soletta they're completing their character arcs where Soletta is learning to be her own person, and Mio is learning to, you know, rely on other people, you know. I also love depressed, disheveled Mio.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great.
Posted a picture you could use should you want to use. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Was
no,
that,
it's perfect.
No, wait, you sent me.
Yeah, that's the exact one.
Okay, we got it. We're good. Great, that minds think alike.
Yeah, no, it's the perfect picture because that's literally me.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah, no, that's what I look like on like a normal morning.
Like you're burning the sins of 1,000 deaths. Gotcha.
Yeah, like I'm stricken with
me.
Yeah, it's the worst feeling you could ever have. You regret even waking up or even being alive.
If you wanna talk.
Anyway, so like yeah, they have a heart to heart, and it's really cute, and Soletta helps Mio get her confidence back.
Yeah, again, this is one of those scenes where like it's hard to describe because a plot synopsis does not do it justice. Like, it's a really cute scene where like after like 7 episodes they're finally back together, you know, after Soletta thought she lost everything, you know, they finally are reunited, and they're back, and they kiss and make up, and it's great, and I love it.
They kiss and make up for real this time.
And then they go out, and they're gonna go fight the final boss.
Yeah, so we find out that only Gundams can resist the like Quiet Zero, not any normal mobile suit, only Gundams. So Soletta's got to pilot the Gundam, getting the robot Shinji. And Lauda, you remember Lauda? You remember him, Goel's brother? He's like, I fucking hate Mio. She stole my brother away from me, and then he's like, I'll kill her, and he also gets in a Gundam.
Yeah, that was a kind of a random scene where like Goel and his brother, who has been a character but not a very important character, they have a big fight that almost ends in Goel dying.
Yeah, well, yeah,
but
yeah, Lauda's kind of dumb, kind of built dumb.
But I do like Goel's fake out death, where it looks like he's gonna die because he's like, oh, his brother's really mad. Like, why didn't you ever tell me that you killed the father? Did you feel guilty? Why didn't you ever rely on me? Blah 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 blah. And then they have like a big climactic ending, and then it looks like he's about to die, and then somebody else saves him. I think it's the pineapple head girl. You know which one I'm talking about. Anyway, head looks like a pineapple. God. I don't remember her name. I don't remember her name. All I know is that her head looks like a pineapple. Anyway, I do like Goel's fake out death, where she's like, you know, it would be really stupid to die in a sibling squabble, and he's like, yeah, that would be really stupid, and then they just don't.
God, what is her name?
I can look it up.
No, hold on, I know it, I swear I know it. God.
Pineapple Chan.
Oh man, what's her name? What is her name?
I've already looked it up. I just like to see him suffer.
Dang it. Felsi?
Yeah, you got it. Congratulations.
I was thinking either Felice or Felsi or something like, you know.
Felsi. Wait, I don't know. Yeah, I don't even remember her from the first half. She
was around.
Was she?
Yeah, she's a part of like the main Earth group.
I'll take your word for it.
No. She's a part of Jertuk.
Yeah.
She's a part of Jertuk House.
What's Jurtek House?
Gwell.
Okay,
Gwell's
yeah.
house.
Gwell's house. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do like.
She would always go around like when they were at Tomato Town. They were like, if you want to fight my brother, you know, whatever. She sucked the whole time. She sucked. Who cares? She sucks.
But yeah, I do like Gwell's fake out death. I think that was a funny. I really thought Gwell was gonna die, and then they're like, wait, no, that would be stupid. Never mind. It's just randomly funny and a very climactic like part of the series. But I liked it anyway. Meanwhile,
so we move on to Soleta fighting God's fight against full power Ariel. Which, by the way, I haven't asked you this question yet. Which Ariel do you like more? Do you like first season Ariel or season 2 Ariel?
As like a character design.
Like design.
I might have not realized that there was a different design between the first 2 seasons.
Oh really? All right, hold on. I'll show. I'll get.
Because they were like they're blue. They're blue.
It's neato. It's really neato.
Look.
Me up.
Send her the picture.
I will. Hold on. I'm grabbing it. All right. So this is original Ariel.
Okay, blue shoulder, and blue chest plate, shield, gotcha.
And then this is Ariel rebuild.
Oh, she got blue wings, that's basically it.
Her chest is different, her feet are different, her legs are different.
Okay, I see it.
Her gun is different, her shield is different.
Her everything is different.
She looks a lot more mean.
Mean?
Actually, I actually might have asked you this. I don't know. I don't actually remember. But there's like when Sophie and Soleta are fighting, Sophie says, "I liked how you looked before better." Like, you remember that part?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, it's not important.
Adding the pictures. Give me a second.
Anyway, which one do you like more?
I want to rewatch this show now because yeah, I do agree that the second one, the one on the right, looks more evil and intimidating.
So mean looking, right? Like,
where the left one looks like a main character in a Gundam show. And I think that is fitting because Ariel is like working on her own against Soleta at the moment and is like the main antagonist for like that ending.
Yeah, like the whole like this whole episode is just like Ari and Soleta like fighting, and like they're just having a conversation, and Ari's like, "Why are you doing this? Just let me be free, let me live, let mom fulfill her goal." And Soleta's like, "You're trying to kill everyone."
So yeah, going back a little bit, I like Soleta gets a new Gundam, the Caliburn, which
the Caliburn's crazy looking.
I think it's really good for her character arc of being independent and, you know, not just relying on others. Because the entire, up until this point, you know, the reason that she hasn't suffered the Gundam curse was because of Ariel. And that's how she was able to just kind of go ham on everything. But now she actually, you know, is in a normal Gundam by herself, you know, having to, you know, do things by herself and, you know, get the full brunt of the Gundam curse. So I think it's fitting for her character arc. I like it. It's a fitting, it's fitting, fitting, and it's fitting, and I like it, and it's fitting.
a lot actually happens too, because Prospera like is around, and Ellen like stops her, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, they like board the ship, and Mio is like being a hacker man, stopping Quiet Zero, and then Soleta Mom tries to shoot her, and then Ellen shoots her first, but she's fine because she had that helmet on. I don't know, man. A lot of things happen in this ending. Frick. There's so many things. Listen, okay. Here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing about me and endings. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of anime endings. Like, a lot of, like, even good anime endings that people like, I'm just like, eh. So, I'm not a super huge fan of endings anyway. I don't know if it's just a personal preference, or I'm just used to anime that don't have endings, so I'm just used to it at this point. But yeah, I don't know. I'm more interested.
An anime ending is like when you it's good to see the wrap up.
Yeah, it's just like the least interesting part of a story for me, because it's like, okay, all the things that they set up are now ending. So, and listen, for the record, I did like this ending. I think it was a good ending. But just like, you know, when the Quiet Zero showed up, I'm like, okay, here's the final boss, and they're gonna go supersonic and go live and learn, and beat the final boss.
God, you Bleach fans really do like suffer hardcore. Golly.
What does that mean?
Because like the whole, you know, because Bleach did like it got forced to have an ending that wasn't like an ending, and then it got left alone until recently.
Every anime I have ever seen has not had an ending.
That's so dissatisfying.
But yeah, that's why I was saying, like, it might just be me not being used to endings, but I don't know.
Anyway, to wrap up this episode that we're currently talking about, the Space Assembly League, right? They shoot a giant laser at Quiet Zero to attempt to like kill it, and Aries like no.
So they make friends with Quiet Zero, right? Like Mio shuts down the mainframe, and Soletta like basically beats Ariel in a fight, and they are working together now. But then like basically like a giant laser beam cannon, the space colony Arcs, threatens to shoot them, and then they go supersonic and they go live and learn, and then they beat the final boss. It literally has a super form where Soletta is in the Caliburn, and then Ariel Eddie like gives her gun bits to her and attaches, and then they go all rainbow colors and is able to like block the laser beam.
Yeah,
it goes whoosh. Listen, it is cool. I love supersonic final bosses. Soul's ideal show is actually so that it constantly has story progression, action, no breaks, and is not allowed to end. Okay, listen, if an ending has to happen, supersonic ending is pretty good.
Yeah, right? Like, it's super good. Like, the two forces have come together, and they're like, hey, you know what? What's going on? It's pretty bad. Pretty bad idea.
It's just like what I value in a show is like, I like endings. Endings are good, obviously. It's nice to have a satisfying ending, but I don't value a good... If a show has a bad ending, it doesn't affect me as much as it does other people.
Plus, it's like, it's super good, right? Because once Prospera finds out that Eri has, like, connected with Soletta and is stopping Quiet Zero, she's like, damn. Like, you finally get to see her eat shit. Like...
Wait, who?
Soletta Mom.
Oh, Soletta Mom. Okay, yeah. She finally...
My bad for using her real name.
You have, and I've realized earlier, but yeah. Finished 4-hour video, so you guys are background noise. Okay, then.
Cool, we're talking about the ending.
We're talking about the ending of a show I don't think you've seen, but okay. Whatever floats your boat. Whatever turns you on, Wiley.
Anyway, and like, geez, like, just the title of the episode. You remember what the title of this episode was?
The last episode?
Yeah.
That was it. That was the title. It was the last episode.
No. May all blessings find their way to you.
Oh, yeah.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
You're 20% of my brain attention. I'll forget all of this by tomorrow. Just like me. But yeah,
Dom, you should go watch Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury. It would make me very happy. That's what I want for Christmas.
Do you remember one thing from this stream?
That's what I want from you for Christmas.
But yeah, it just seems like the guy with the laser, like they convinced the mom that we don't have to take over the world, and Eddie's like, oh, I don't care about I don't care about living freely. I just want to, spend all the time that I have with, my sister and my mom. And then, bunch of ghosts come back and say what a good job you did. I don't hate endings. Got 23 games on my backlog. Anime is very low on my priority list. You got anime to watch for me. It's 2.
Okay, but like, come on.
But
It's
like,
Christmas time,
come
and
on.
I'm just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
It's Christmas
Come
time.
on.
I'm just a little guy.
It's just
Have
a
I
little
mentioned
guy
it
on
was my
Christmas.
and like, come on, it was my
It's the
birthday a few
season
months
for
ago.
giving. It's the also just his birthday several months ago.
It was just my birthday. Like, come on, you can do it for me.
Anyway, I'm sorry about being floppy about the ending, but like, yeah, like it's just I don't know. I guess I don't listen. I'm willing to admit that it's a character flaw that every ending in anime that has an ending or every ending in general kind of seems to bleed together. Where like, oh yeah, everybody comes together and comes to a reasonable resolution to their character arcs, and they live happily ever after the end. It's like, yeah.
I mean, kind of, right? Because Miorine and Shattuck they like sell the Benric group to Earth, like, and like everything that was how things were is like completely changed.
Yeah, like, and it did, like, I think this ended kind of abruptly too, because again, like, the guy with the laser beam that they had to fight at the end, like, that kind of showed up out of nowhere, and then they resolved the conflict happening on Earth by just selling a space company to the Earth, and they were like, oh, I guess it's better. I mean, they do have, like, an epilogue scene where Mio is, like, appeasing protesters, so they're still working on it, but, like, the show had a lot of things going. They couldn't have possibly ended every single thing with.
I mean, it's the same, because like you can even piece it by like today, like how my generation / the generation after me, they're doing like a lot to change how things were. Like they're not accepting like low pay and low standards and like no vacation and this and that and this and that. Like they are trying to be that connecting factor that finally gets like Earth and space into like freedom with each other.
Yeah, I get you. When you put it like that, like that's why a lot of the Earthians are mad, is because like, every shot that you see of any like space society, it's always like this high tech, fancy, spaceships, spacesuits, fancy slick things. Then every shot of the Earth is like this, like, run down ass street building, desert landscape, very like, so inequality is something that they were definitely trying to talk about here. And like, they don't necessarily solve it, but they do take a large step of like, Mio and Guel are in charge of their companies, and they are the new generation that is going to, yeah, I get you.
Yeah, they're going to do things the right way, and they want to be different than the old assholes that have controlled the world this whole time.
I get you, because either you're because they're dead, like Guel killed his dad, accident again. And also, Mio's dad is also okay, but I guess he decided to retire anyway. Or Mio is still the new president, one way or another.
Well, he didn't really have a choice, because with Shattuck and Mio banding together to sell the assets to Earth, he doesn't have anything anymore.
Yeah, Shattuck goes to jail.
Yeah, Shattuck does go to jail, and so does Nika.
Yeah, so I guess we can talk about the epilogue.
Yeah, so 3 years have passed now. Yeah. 3 years have, yeah. And Nika like comes back to Earth House, and Guel by himself like rebuilds the school.
Was that? I thought that was Ellen.
No, Ellen. I mean, Ellen helped, but he's more so happy that he's just free. Like he gets completely freed of Pale and everything.
Okay.
Gundam is.
No, there's like 3 Ellens. One Ellen is out exploring the world, trying to find pictures in what's her face's journal.
Yeah.
And then the other Ellen, I think, helped rebuild the school with Guel.
At this point in time, Gundam is extremely successful.
Again, they're
you know.
they they can't solve inequity and entire. I do like how they didn't attempt to be like, yay, we fixed racism and that's the end of the show. It's like, okay, well, we made good progress for, good people are in charge now. We're working on building a better future, as opposed to just times jump 50 years and everybody lived happily ever after. I do like that part about the ending.
Yeah, and the best part about it all is Murine and Soletta actually get married.
There's no, really my real issue with this ending is there's no wedding scene. They just married.
3 years.
I guess I would have liked to see a wedding scene. We
Sorry.
just jumped 3 years, and also now Eddie is
she's a keychain.
She's a keychain because like at the ending, like everything dissolved, and how the supersonic energy ran out and the Chaos Emerald shattered, and the Gundam disappeared.
And then she got shoved into a keychain, getting the keychain Shinji, right? That's how it worked.
But yeah, no, it was what she wanted, because she didn't want to be everywhere. She didn't want to be like an omnipotent being. She just wanted to spend time with her sister and her mom, and that's exactly what she got.
She found a way to live with the one she loves.
Yeah, and then I think the only way that they say that they're married is that Eddie calls herself Mio's sister-in-law. I don't know if they say elsewise that they were directly married. Whatever, they're married. You get the idea. And then they have a kid.
If you also
and then they have a kid that goes back in time.
If you bring up the good picture, TM, the one that you are currently showing, no.
This one.
No.
This one?
What?
This one? Which one?
Oh my god, you don't have it. You lied to me.
Maybe I don't have it. I thought this was it.
Oh my god.
I thought this was it. What do you want?
Jesus. Pull up this one right here.
That's not in the anime.
Yeah, it's the ending scene.
But that's not a screenshot from the anime.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh my god, ending.
Looking it back up.
Gundam.info. Here we are, the official Gundam page. Here are all the end cards from Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury.
The end.
What's the one at the very top? Illustration commemorating the final episode. That's crazy.
This is the illustration.
Pull it up.
Mending the final episode.
Jamie, read the freaking first image.
You read the first image.
I just did! Click on the goddamn link. Click on the link. Click on the link. Go ahead, I dare you.
Don't yell at me.
I swear to God.
I'm over 6.
Swear to God.
Okay, it wasn't in the anime. It was an illustration commemorating the final episode.
That's what I just said.
But it wasn't. I said it wasn't a screenshot from the anime. It wasn't a screenshot.
Oh my God, that's what I just said. Anyway, pull up the picture.
I did not know this picture existed until now. I just watched the anime. I didn't go to the website. Don't hurt me. There, here's the picture. Reckon. Okay. Happy?
Hold on. There we go. Look, you can see Soletta's got like the Gundam curse on her face, but it's fading. And they have a wedding ring. She's got the wedding ring on. She's got it. She's wearing the ring.
Ah, yeah, she got a wedding ring. No, I get you.
She's got a wedding ring on, and they're happy in the sunset, and it's like, oh my God.
Nothing that can't be edited out of the Chinese version, but yes, I do admit.
and this has been
that actually might be the reason why there was no like wedding scene, or there wasn't any visual outside of this.
Well, you want to know something? You want to know something really dumb?
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah, and that previous, I guess that's a flashback. Never mind.
like the Gundam people, right? They were like, they're not married. They're just really good friends. I'll kill them. I'll kill them all. I'll kill all of them.
No, listen, I 100% agree that I think the intention is that they got married. I just think
Okiji wrote them to be married. He wrote it to be that way.
denying any supplementary material as canon. Wait, no, listen. I'm not, listen, guys, you're putting words in my mouth. I never said they weren't married. I just said that it was weird how they didn't specifically go out of their way to say, they didn't make like a big deal out of it in the anime.
Well, it doesn't need to be a big deal. They're in love.
I would have liked to see a wedding scene. That's all I'm saying.
Love doesn't always have to be a big flashy deal. That can just be two people being happy together.
Totally goofing. You're putting words in my mouth. I just said it's weird how like they didn't make like I guess you're right. Maybe I'm just paranoid.
Some people go and they rent out big theaters and they get married, and some people just go to the courthouse and they sign a document and they're married, you know? You don't gotta go all crazy.
Listen, okay? Listen. I'm
listening.
They talk about them being from episode 1. They talk about them becoming Suletta becoming Mio's fiance.
Yeah.
They talk about it the whole scene. I would have liked to see a little bit of a wedding scene. That's all I would have wanted. Is that so much? I'm not even asking for a sex scene.
No time.
I guess.
Hey, if you want that, do I have the website for you?
But you know that's a thing, right? That
what?
Editing out, writing it in a way that it can be edited out for the Chinese release.
Yeah, because they suck.
I think that might be what happened here.
I'll say publicly that the Chinese government, they suck.
You know what? You're not.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Not wrong. That's what I just said. Is that they probably did this because China's a bunch of babies. Fight me. I don't care. I fought this before, and we'll fight it again. I do like how the end card for the last episode and the commemorative illustration, they're in the same pose but like years apart. It's really good.
Yeah, it's cute. That's been my wallpaper for a very long time. Those two just being married. It makes me so happy.
Anyway, I'm just saying, if China didn't exist, I think we would have gotten a wedding scene. That's all I'm saying.
We probably did, or probably would have, but you know, they both didn't have time, and the best they could give us was an illustration, and I'm happy for that.
And they also had a kid.
They did not have a kid.
They had a kid.
They can't have children. They're both women.
They had a kid that time traveled into the past to watch over them.
Listen, I don't know what your father did to birth another star and make a prince, but that's not usually how it goes.
I think you're being a little close-minded.
I don't think so. I don't think they went out and had their DNA spliced together to somehow make a child that looks like the both of them, kind of.
Oh, they could do that though. In actual Gundam universe.
I know they could do that, but I don't think they did.
They could.
I don't think they did.
Wow. Guys, unlike my co-commentator here, I do support gay rights.
I'm 400 times more gay than you are. And that's a guarantee.
What are we talking about anymore?
I've kissed boys, damn it.
Anyway. Wait, boys plural, not just me?
Boys plural? We haven't kissed.
Oh, you're thinking about the canon. Gotcha. Anyway.
Is it in your head canon that we kissed?
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway.
Okay.
I've lost it.
I can tell. No, I can tell.
they could, using the same way that Soletta was born, they could use their DNA to make a child.
Yeah, but they didn't do that.
And that child is went back in time through the what does Fire Emblem use? This time portal hole thing?
Oh my god.
There's a movie? Oh. Opening textless version. I was looking for the man, why didn't I look at this website? I was looking for the textless version of the opening.
You could have just asked.
You could have just asked.
What?
Anyway, gay people are cool. China's bad. Anything else?
If you like, if you want gay girls content and you like reading, let me tell you, every single piece of fan fiction for the show is it's just porn. It's just porn.
They deliver where the show won't.
It kind of makes me upset, you know, because I want like more like in the story and not just like gay sex.
That's what
like,
I'm saying. That's what I was saying.
I'm down with gay sex, you know, but like I want more in story content.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was saying. Listen, outside of my headcanon of their child being that one girl.
No, your headcanon is dumb.
outside of that dumb headcanon, yes, I wanted more scenes of them asking too much.
I am asking too much. I really am.
AO3
Archive of Our Own.
Is that
the fan? It's the fan fiction website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all gay porn.
But yeah, I think
all of it.
I think another thing is, while watching this, I was also reading I'm in Love with the Villainess, which is much gayer than this, and so maybe I was just kind of more expecting more of that than this. Like in that series, like the characters are just straight up, they say like, oh yeah, they like sex with women.
Yeah.
They're much more explicit about it, as opposed to this one where, like, yeah, outside of, like, the wedding ring, you could be like, oh, they're just good friends. They didn't actually get married, even though they said, even though the show ended with them being engaged, and then 3 years later, now they live together happily ever after. But they didn't actually get married. That's illegal.
Super legal, and they're super married.
Yeah, they are married. They are legal. Fuck the law.
And you know...
And you know what? While we're at it, fuck the law.
And you know what? They're adults now, so whatever happens, happens.
They're gonna have a kid that time travels.
No.
Look at this picture. On stream.
That is them. That's literally them.
That's literally them.
Both of those cats are me. How did you do that?
I have some more Gundam memes. I think you sent this one, so let it forget it. Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
I don't think you sent this one specifically. That face. Do we have an emote slot? Quick question, do we have an emote slot in our Discord available?
We have so many emote slots, don't we? Hold on, I'll check.
That face is definitely going in there.
We have 19 slots.
I will remind me later when I inevitably forget. Remind me to make this into an actual emote.
I'll forget.
Me when I forget it. Me when I forget it.
Anyway, there's a lot of cool art of Mio and Soletta.
She'll
together.
never be ballin'. I love old memes of new properties. You have no idea. That's my favorite template of meme. I'm opening up the program. Send me the image. Dang, Dom will do it for me. Let's go. Shoutouts to Dom Gigathunders.
Dom Gigathunders.
What are we talking about?
How being gay is super cool and good, and how this is the best anime ever, and Okiji's a genius.
Oh no, you replied to a pinned message in our Discord.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't speedrun without my Papa John's meat lover pizza. Why did you say that?
It's an old meme, you know, old
Okay.
running meme. I miss you. Dang.
Yeah, he's been mysteriously missing since I killed him. I mean, I killed him. I mean, I mean, I killed him. I mean, I mean, he died because I killed him. I mean, I mean.
How are we supposed to give him a big kiss if you killed him?
I gave him a big kiss first and then I killed him. I mean. So anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Also show Al this again. I downloaded this meme before watching that episode, and so I didn't think it was an actual specific reference to anything. I thought it was just a Among Us Gundam meme, but then after watching that episode, I was looking in my meme folder and I'm like, wait, I get it now.
You got the meme before seeing the episode? You looked at spoils?
I didn't look at spoils.
Sounds like you looked at spoils.
I just got these spoiler-free memes outside of this, which wasn't a spoiler because I didn't know that it was a spoiler.
That's literally a spoiler.
Is it though? If I didn't know that it was a spoiler and it didn't spoil it, was it still a spoiler?
It's still technically a spoiler.
She's balling.
She is balling.
Square.
Square?
I don't know. Well, I guess with the way that it's cropped, it would be difficult to make it circular.
Why are you so specific?
Because
Most
that's
of our
just
emotes are squares.
That's just a picture. It's not like an emote. It's not like a.
Most of our things are squares.
A lot of our things are not squares.
Most of our things are squares.
Okay, a couple of our things are squares.
A lot of our things are squares. I'm gathering all the squares right now.
I appreciate it, Dom. I might fix it later, though.
Look at all the squares.
Okay, but look at all the non-squares.
Is this technically a square?
People can't even see what we're typing right now.
That's fine.
Anyway, yeah, I still like the ending. As somebody who, like, listen, it's just more, the journey is more interesting than how exactly it ends. I know that's a me quirk, kind of, that's just how I like stories, but still, even though I don't place a huge importance on, endings, it's still a good ending. I still like the ending. Could have been better. It was felt a little abrupt, felt a little rushed. There could have been a wedding scene, but they ended up they concluded most of what they needed to conclude.
Well, without like stretching it to a third season, which they probably weren't gonna do either way, they had to kind of like wrap everything up and then end the series.
Yeah.
This is all we got. Look, you've been talking to the person who has multiple times said that this is their favorite. How do you think I feel?
How do you think I feel? Of course I want more. No, I would
take so, you know, Yuru Yuri, which is a series about nothing, has like 10 seasons. Gundam, which is one of the most successful stories of all time, this is all we get. That's it.
Technically, Gundam has a billion different seasons.
Yeah, but they're all different series.
Specifically about Witch from Mercury.
And Witch from Mercury has been like one of the most successful Gundam series like ever.
10 seasons. I mean,
Yuri Yuri has like a lot of seasons. It's got like Love Live Sunshine has like, or not Love Live Sunshine, but Love Live has like
in general
it's just everywhere. It's everything. We could have had one more episode, you know?
We should have had one more episode.
We could have had one more episode.
Counting the Yuri Yuri seasons. 1, There's one in 2011.
There's
Another
no
one
Yuri
in
seasons.
2012. OVA doesn't count. And our OVA doesn't count. Our 2 out 24-minute episodes OVAs don't count. Third season.
That's a lot of content for a show about
This-
4 girls going to school.
It has 3 full seasons, but yes.
And don't get me wrong, I love Yuri Yuri. It's the cutest shit ever. But come on!
Yeah, no. My guess is that they planned it out before, because this isn't the first. I mean, Gundam does that all the time, where they just have like new seasons and new thing. Like previously, they had like Blooded Orphans, which was like the last Gundam.
Yeah, and that. Oh, it's
That was
so
all.
good.
Iron Blooded Orphans is good.
Oh my god, it's good.
Is it as good as this? Is it comparable?
It depends on who you ask, because most people think that Gundam hasn't been good since Iron-Blooded Orphans, and it wasn't good before Iron-Blooded Orphans.
What was between Iron Blooded Orphans and Witch from Mercury, other than
Nothing,
remakes?
I don't think.
I mean, there's been a lot of like remakes and like spin-off stuff, like Build Gundam, or like the Toy Gundam, the Gundam toys. The thing. There's like another Gundam anime that's like a kid show there where all the Gundams are like little like tiny toys, and that's how they do the show. We get the idea. Anyway, yeah, I'm concluding thoughts.
Concluding thoughts, this is the best show of all time.
Frick.
What do you mean, frick?
Put on my clothes. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. I liked it a lot. I'm finally happy that, listen, as I said in the first part, I know a lot about Gundam, and just because I'm old school otaku, I've read peer-reviewed scholastic articles about Gundam and know a lot about Gundam, but I haven't actually sat down and watched a Gundam myself, and now that I have, I liked it a lot.
Oh, the thing you were talking about was Gundam World Heroes. Yeah, that shit sucks. But I hear that. I haven't seen Hathaway. That was an in-between. I haven't seen that. I hear it's pretty good. I think it's just a movie, though. I don't think there actually has been a show. Hold on, I can check.
I'm pulling something from the wiki.
Gundam Build Divers. Who cares?
With the exception of Gundam Build Divers, OVA Recruits, and Gundam Build Fighters, Tri-Island Wars, OVA Recuts, and Gundam Build Divers, this was the first new television animated work in the Gundam series in 7 years since the broadcast of Iron Blooded Orphans.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Iron Blooded Orphans is so good, though.
I want to watch it just because I like the opening a lot, because it's done with Man with a Mission.
The suits in Iron Blooded Orphans are so
That
cool.
one, you know?
Yeah, I know it. I've seen Iron Blooded Orphans.
Believe it or not, I have seen Iron Blooded Orphans. But I just know that song because it's a Man with a
That's
Mission
where
song.
that Barbados is in that series, and that's like a fan favorite.
Who?
Gundam Barbados.
Gundam Barbados. Oh, that guy. Okay. That Gundam, gotcha.
Yeah, that Gundam.
Anyway, finally cool to actually watch a real Gundam series. Because I'm like, because it is a new series. It is, I've not watched any Gundam before this, so it's not required. And this takes place in its own like timeline, so in its own like time divergence thingy. So it's not required to watch any other Gundams, but it is cool to. So it was a good experience of going into this and being like, so this is what Gundam's all about. I like it.
Yeah. If you want to, if you want to dive deeper into just Gundam in general, I would suggest either Gundam Seed, Iron Blooded Orphans, or I think it's called X-Wing.
Yeah, but see,
those are pretty good.
The thing about Gundam, the reason I haven't watched Gundam before this is because like it is cool to know about, but like a lot of Gundam is like really dark, and I don't not a huge fan of just like very dark like war anime. And this anime was not. It had definitely had a couple moments, but like yeah, I know it's lighter than previous Gundams about that, but like I don't know, man. I have to be in a very specific mood to want to watch something very like heavy and dark.
That's like most things that I watch.
That's why I've only ever seen. Why I've only ever rewatched. Why I've only seen Ava like twice, despite that
I think
it's one of my favorite shows. It's just something I have to be in the mood for.
I think the happiest, like the only anime that I'm currently watching that is sometimes happy is One Piece. Like that's the and
Sometimes
that's kind of few and
happy?
far. That's few and far between. Yeah, One Piece is kind of crazy sometimes. You know, we won't talk about it here, but that shit's kind of sad once in a while.
Listen. You say that, but your favorite anime that you have listed on Mal are not dark at all.
I haven't updated that shit since I made the account.
Okay, well let's look at just your actual.
I
list.
don't actually even remember how to do that.
Akira, okay, that Ava, that Steins Gate, okay, that worked. That tracks. Is Chainsaw Man good?
Oh yeah.
But what's
really
good about it?
Where should I
Berserk.
begin?
Oh yeah, Berserk. You like?
Yeah,
Berserk
no, yeah, I wasn't
definitely-
joking.
Berserk definitely fits into that category of very dark, and I have to be in a very specific mood to watch it. You also watch Doro?
It's my favorite manga of all time.
Nice.
Yeah, Dory is so good.
Kirby. Do you actually watch every episode of Kirby?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
When did you watch it?
When I was a kid?
Ah, it doesn't count.
Yeah, it does.
I'm sure you would have. Did you watch the episodes that were never released in North America in English?
Yes, I've seen the entire Japanese franchise.
Okay, I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back.
Jesus.
Scrolling for your anime list. Okay, we're moving on. Anyway, Mom, he's gatekeeping again. What did I do? I didn't do anything.
Talking about Kirby and you
Oh.
haven't seen all of Kirby.
He marked it as complete on Mal. I just wanted to make sure he wasn't lying.
Anyway, yeah, check out Chainsaw Man. Check out Jujutsu Kaisen, actually. Those are, if you like Naruto anime, Jujutsu Kaisen's pretty good too.
Me liking Naruto anime is a big assumption.
Well, you like Bleach, and Bleach is also a lot like Naruto because it's also Shonen Jump.
Nintendo? I don't know. Red just goes in and says Nintendo. I'm going to shoot. Oh, do we have to? Do you need help? Do you need a timeout there, buddy? Okay. Oh, I thought Dom timed him out. Red is kidding. Red's not. Red's just joking.
Dom, I take Mal seriously, as in like I use it to remember what I've seen, because I forget. Like all the time, I forget.
I just like seeing number go up. I need to fix
Like,
my Mal account.
My progress on One Piece is not even correct. Like I've watched so many more episodes, but that shit says 1065.
I have like a paragraph written because I told you I was watching I'm in Love with a Villainess, but they don't have the spinoff, and I watched and I read like the first volume I read via the spinoff that tells it from another character's perspective. And then I switched to the main series, but Mal doesn't like have the spin-off series, so I had to write like a big paragraph. I will fix my anime list and make it public soon. I just keep forgetting to do that. Oh no, I wanted to do it with I had a stream associated with it. Is that 132 eggs out to Braun to not give me my awards? Nice. Flat. freaked out there for a second.
Are we talking about what the hell?
Anyway, do you have any ending thoughts on Gundam? I liked seeing a Gundam. It was kind of dark, not necessarily. Again, it's not like that I don't like dark shows, but I have to be in a very specific mood to watch like dark, depressing shows. Because I will spiral, and I will take everyone with me.
So, well, yes, me too. So I don't know if I mentioned this to you last time, or if this was even an idea of mine. But I'm going. I plan on going to a convention in January. The one in the town that I am from, Maryland. I'm going to MagFest, and I am putting together a Soleta Mercury cosplay. Right, and I was like, damn, like I need a Miorine, and my buddy, my friend Lauren was like, oh shit, like yeah, that series looks cool. We should watch it together. And her and I are currently watching it, and she is disheveled.
Disheveled?
She is not in a good place. We watched like episode 18 last time, and she was like, I need time to think about this.
Yeah, I think the last time I watched like a dark series, I think was the original Berserk, and that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So usually I'm a more fan of like lighthearted, basically as close to the tone of Kid Icarus Uprising as you could possibly get.
Oh well, I like a lot of emotional dark stuff that really gets you.
Would you would you put this anime on your 3x3? It's like your favorite, so I assume you would.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You should make a 3x3.
Okay.
I want everybody to make 3x3s, and then I can do a stream reviewing all of them and gatekeeping everyone's taste in anime.
What do you mean a 3x3 though? What the hell are you? What?
Oh my gosh.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Did you watch my VTuber debut?
I was probably at work.
Hey, did you watch the VOD at least?
Do you know how little time I have?
But yeah, it's basically it's like an old anime forum thing where it's just like a 3x3 grid of your 9 favorite shows. I can send you a website that you can easily make them one.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah.
Shows only?
I have a different one for video games.
No. There's anime movies that I would consider like in that.
Oh yeah, no, I just I think I did have a movie in here at some point. I count the Eva movies. Does that count? Like the end of Evangelion is part of the Evangelion series. Does that count?
Sure. Yeah.
Also, there's an
if
Index
you're asking
movie.
anyone that makes sense.
But yeah, no, you could put movie. I think you do. I 100% see people mix in movies in their anime 3x3s.
Because Redline, that's like the best anime movie of all time.
I should watch that. It's done by that Trigger guy, right?
That Trigger guy?
That Trigger guy.
I have no idea what that means.
A guy who made things for Trigger.
Sure.
Whatever you say, man.
Yeah, no, yeah. Redline's a great movie.
Do you know the anime studio Trigger?
I do know the anime studio Trigger.
Okay,
but that's not the studio that made Redline.
Yeah, what the fuck? There's somebody famous that made it.
Studio.
No. I'm getting Redline mixed up with Dead Leaves. My bad.
No. I was gonna say, Redline was made by Studio Madhouse. They're the guys that made Death Note.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was thinking of Dead Leaves, which was done by Imaishi. I was thinking of Imaishi and Dead Leaves, not Redline.
Yeah, Redline's a racing movie.
Red Leaves, Dead Leaves, Dead Redemption.
Watch Redline. It's a good movie.
Anyway, you like the anime?
Yeah. No, yeah. Best anime. Best. Like, I haven't felt so strongly about an anime since I watched JoJo Part 3.
JoJo Part 3 is really good.
Yeah, it's peak, but like this is just the best thing ever.
And I definitely like not as much as you, but definitely by the second season I was definitely feeling it more than you. but I liked it. I liked it a lot too.
Hey, that's good to hear. Because otherwise, I would have had to send a sleeper agent
And to send a sleeper agent
to break your neck.
Well, I
Cause
have objectively good anime opinions, so you know.
I mean,
I mean,
how do you feel about One Piece again?
it's good.
It's good.
I respect it. I respect it.
We're playing it so safe right now.
I respect it and the people that enjoy it.
Let's take a look at your top 10.
Let's take a look at your top 10. See what your.
Gurren Lagann's okay, yeah.
I'm just gonna say we can just pull up my 3x3 again. Ava, Index, okay, C Cubed is the one on there that I know is the outlier, but everything else, Clannad, Bleach.
I'm both like surprised and not surprised at Index.
Index is more of like just a general series. I feel it's kind of cheating just putting the anime on there, but like just know that involves all of Index.
Yeah, all of Index I understand, but like if you're picking and choosing, then I'd say you're wrong.
No, the Index is a great series. Yeah, for Index I mean more like the series. Same thing with like Bleach. But with Pokemon Sun and Moon, I am specifically talking about the Sun and Moon anime. And Clannad, I'm obviously not talking about the shitty movie. Still mad at that. I know it's been like 20 years since I've watched that Clannad movie, but it's bad. It just basically like takes most of the series except for the cool ending and turns it into a 20-minute movie. I know. Speaking of anime that I do like the endings of, Clannad, Ava, Gurren Lagann, Steins Gate. What do you mean you're not talking about the Clannad VN? I was thinking of making like a 3x3 of like multimedia stuff. But the only thing I could think of was Index, Sonic, and Pokemon are the only like multimedia stuff that I really, really care about. Oh, guys, what a month. Am I right? December over yet? Is this...
December just started.
Just seeing this meme that Dom made. Anyway, speaking of Dom and anime, do you have anything else to say about Witch from Mercury? Speaking of Dom, do you have anything else to say about Gundam? That made sense in my head, shut up.
I mean, not really. I think it's peak.
It's a good show. We talked for like 6 hours about it. It was like 2.5 hour streams, so like I can't do math. 5 hours. Good show.
I'm making my 3x3 for you.
Oh. How?
Through a website I found.
Okay. That was basically what I was gonna send you anyway. Anyway, speaking of anime, next time, not on Anime Discussions with Soul, we are going to be watching Pokemon.
More Pokemon. Whoa!
We're gonna catch up on Pokemon. It's gonna be 17 episodes, 17 to 33, which is 17 episodes. But that'll be caught up because episode 33 comes out on the 14th, and we'll probably do it sometime soon afterwards.
Is this 3x3 supposed to be in a specific order? I'm kind of just doing it randomly.
No. I sometimes put like, if I have like a best, I put it in the center, like I did with my video game 3x3. But that's that's why I like 3x3s, is that you can just be like, here are 9 of my favorite shows in no particular order. It's hard to like rate them in number 1, number 2, stuff like that. Anyway, we're gonna watch Pokemon. We're gonna talk about Pokemon. The first discussion people really liked. A lot of good discussion in the comments. A lot of people seem to enjoy it. So, and I definitely like the anime a lot and like the discussion. So, yeah, it'll be cool. So as per usual, you have at least 2 weeks to watch Pokemon if you're not already caught up. And you should watch Pokemon 2.
Pokemon 2, whoa.
You should watch Pokemon as well, Mr. Cris. consider yourself lucky I cropped it at all. I'm sorry, Dom. Thank you for the emote. No, Dom does things literally for free out of the good kindness of his heart, and I only have mean things to say. That's crazy. I should be shot.
Whoa.
It's just...
Right. I got the 3x3 for you.
He's got the 3x3 for me.
Here you go. In no particular order.
I will judge you.
Actually, I feel like the top 3 are in a very specific order, but then the rest it's not.
I will judge your 3x3. Maybe not that.
Do it live. Judge me live.
I will judge you on your 3x3, and then we'll end the stream. Okay, so you got Gundam Witch from Mercury. You know, I appreciate. Yep. We just watched Gundam Witch from Mercury, and I think it's a. Okuchi is one of my favorite writers, and he's a good writer, and I'm glad that you get Gundam and Okuchi checked off on there, so, you know, good taste.
Yep.
Oh, JoJo Part 3. I was thinking that you were talking about JoJo Season 3, which is Part 4. But JoJo Part 3 is fine. I was a little bleak to it, but I understand how, it's like... core JoJo, you know, it's a little bland for me, but I respect it's a good anime, and I respect that you enjoyed it. So you know what, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
Samurai Champloo, I think a little bit of a generic pick. I feel like everybody has that on their list, but you know, I can respect it. It's one of those like anime that only really seems popular with like Naruto kids. I
have, ever since I saw Samurai Champloo, I've been trying to find something that's even close to it, and I've failed.
But you know, in all seriousness, yes, Samurai Champloo, important, good, well-renowned show. I will take it. Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm gonna give you. Listen, I'm willing to admit that Jujutsu Kaisen is good. I mean,
it's pretty good.
If it has to, you can't work people to death over nothing, I suppose. Like, out of all the human suffering that's been involved in the production of that series, I can't imagine it being bad. But I do, I don't know. I'm hesitant to put very recent shows in a 3x3 like this, because I'm like, well, are you really still gonna like this show in a couple years? I guess Gundam is the same. Gundam is the same thing. Talking about the anime.
Okay, but who cares? You're talking about if I'm still gonna like it. I read it before I watched it.
Okay, I believe you. Doradoro, that's a good off-kilter pick. Very non-conventional. I like it. If you're just gonna put like generic things like JoJo, Cowboy Bebop, you know, One Piece in there, then I'll be like, you're just a sheep. But you know, you gotta have at least one or two like weird shows in there. So Doradoro, good. Baki, you got an old school thing. Baki is old school, right?
I like new Baki.
Okay, well, an old school style series. You get a good pass on that. Gundam also kind of counts in that regard, so that gets a pass. One Piece is obviously well-renowned, super popular, particularly the manga. More the manga than the anime, but people have been coming around on the anime in recent years. He's clearly not a sheep. You see him on your screen now. Do you see those horns? They kind of look like sheep horns, is what I'm saying.
They're goat horns.
All I'm saying, goat and sheep are related.
Okay.
Berserk anime is a masterpiece, I agree. Did you watch Berserk dubbed?
I've watched both dubbed and subbed.
Okay. Have you seen the outtakes of the Berserk dub?
No, actually.
Oh my god. Okay, so there's really funny outtakes of Berserk, and then somebody also uploaded the entirety of the original Berserk dub, but with the outtakes edited in.
Oh, that's awful.
And it's the funniest effing thing I have ever seen in my entire life. Hold on, I gotta find it.
I would consider
found it.
like I would consider changing.
Did they get rid of it?
Oh my god.
I think they got rid of it. Berserk, but they go off script every now and again.
I would consider changing Jujutsu Kaisen for Dororo, but I mean,
what? You already have Dora? You mean? Oh, you mean
No.
the other the Dororo? Okay.
yeah, Dororo, the puppet man.
Anyway, I don't know.
Hyakkimaru.
I can't find it anymore, but someone made a thing that's basically just the entire series, but the outtakes are cut in every so often, so you'll be watching like 20 minutes of a normal episode, and then suddenly the character will say something stupid, and then they'll just move on like nothing happened. It's so fucking funny.
Anyway, look, my last pick is a happy anime.
And then yeah, a happy trigger crazy show, off kilter. So it's good. It's got.
Is that anime made by Trigger?
Pretty sure. Little Witch Academia, My Hero Witch Academia, Boku no Academia Pico.
Oh, it is by Trigger. Yeah, you're
which I know, because that's like one of the few Trigger
Oh
shows.
damn! Cyberpunk Edge Runners is technically anime. I should have put that in my 3x3. Damn, that's a good ass show.
This dude doesn't even know what anime is.
I forgot about it. Well, I guess if it's not memorable, then I shouldn't have put it, right?
Also made by Trigger. I was gonna say that Witch Academia and Cyberpunk are one of the two like Trigger anime I've not seen.
Oh, Cyberpunk's great. It's really sad though.
They are making a new one, Dungeon Meshi.
Little Witch is very happy though.
Looking forward to that. Yeah, Little Witch. I watched like 1 or 2 episodes. I think I was in like a weird mood.
It's super cute and super upbeat, and it's awesome, and it has Susie in it, who is the best witch character of all time.
Yeah, definitely gotta watch that. Anyway, yeah, you know, your 3x3 gets a pass.
Wow, pass.
It gets a pass. I give it like an 8 out of 10.
Wow, I'm so honored.
You could have a little bit more variety. You do have 2 shonen on here. You have 3 shonen on. Is Baki?
Wow, I like shonens. That's crazy.
I'm just saying.
Most of my anime list is shonens.
But anyway, don't take anything I say seriously.
Shonen is like one of my favorite genres.
I know.
It's so cool.
It's okay. It's okay. I know.
I grew up watching Dragon Ball. Like,
Anyway,
come on now.
If you like shonen, you should watch Pokemon Horizons.
I'm already watching a really long shonen.
Fair enough. But we'll find something else to watch. Don't worry. You will be back.
You wanna watch Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds?
What's Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds?
What do you mean which Yu-Gi-Oh? There's only one Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds.
I said what is Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds?
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds is a Yu-Gi-Oh show in which they play Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's on motorcycles.
Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds nuts. Card games on motorcycles. Okay, anyway. And also, you should be in more streams more in general. We got to set up Among Us. I want to do a full party Among Us.
Have you seen any gameplay of
I know what you're gonna
Company?
say. I know what. Yep, I should play that.
It's so fun. It's so fun, Soul. It's so fun.
I've seen a lot of clips of that, and it looks fun. So I believe
And we can get a mod to like put more people in. And it's God, it's so fun.
That is on that is on. I will put that in the list of consideration because yeah. What is it? It's not free. It's like
It's like $10.
Yeah. I recently Googled it. Cool. I have no memory. Early access game $10 on Steam. Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. It's super fun. It's funny.
Looks hysterical.
I like the other day I was playing it with a bunch of friends and I like lost my voice because of how much I laughed.
What makes it funny? Is it just the? Is it?
It's just like
janky?
situational, like because it's like in-game proximity chat. So like you only hear
I getcha,
people when they're around you. Yeah. So like if you just you'll suddenly like hear a scream, and it's just so funny.
Yeah. When we played Among Us with proximity chat like 20 years ago, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's more of that, but like more threatening.
100% consider it, and when I do, we'll try to do it with you.
Heck yeah.
But as far as future planned streams, Pokemon in 2 weeks, and probably Apple Sonic on Tuesday.
Oh, you're playing the Apple Sonic game.
Yeah.
Let me know how that is.
I did get my Apple TV in and working. I was playing I was playing Sonic Racing, which is not a real game. I was wondering what the fudge is Sonic Racing. Why does nobody talk about it? If it's, I'm only assuming it. No, it's just like, it's just it was made for phones in mind and not necessarily Apple Arcade. But the Castlevania game I was also playing, and the Castlevania game is like a real ass Castlevania game. It's really fun. And there's also like a Platinum Games, the people who made Bayonetta game on there that I haven't played yet. So there are some like real ass games, including the Sonic game that's gonna come out on Tuesday. But yeah, so lots of fun things in the future. Any final thoughts?
I will end today's stream how I ended last time's stream. Please watch Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury.
Watch anime. And I second that, and you should watch anime in general.
True. It's a good time.
Okay. Hope y'all enjoyed, everybody. I've been Solaris, this has been Chris, and together we've been...
The Bubble Buddies. Goodbye!
Stay fresh, cheese bags!
You
laughing at cheese bags?
Is that how you end the stream?
It's the only way to end the stream.